are watching Bengals Breakdown by Chat Sports, and I am your host, Stone Shields. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us once again here at Bengals Breakdown for our Week 16 watch party. Bengals hosting the Cleveland Browns, looking to get a series sweep in the Battle of Ohio here in 2024. Obviously, the Browns have really had Cincinnati's number in recent years, particularly in the Joe Burrow era. Cincinnati looking to turn that around here today and get a win, which certainly would still be a meaningful win. Kind of like last year, or the opposite of last year, I should say, that Week 18 game that essentially meant nothing when the Bengals whooped up on the Browns. This one still means something for Cincinnati because, as we all know, they have not been eliminated from the playoffs quite yet. We will kind of dive into some of those scenarios here on our pregame show here at Bengals Breakdown. But the Bengals, as of now, are still alive and do still have some hope when it comes to making the 2024 postseason. Got about 30 people in here right now hanging out with us. We'll give some shout-outs here, as always, before we get going here with our pregame show. Tim Tyra, of course. Appreciate you hanging out, Tim, being a mod for us once again, helping us block those bots. Appreciate your help from last week. And, again, no pressure to do it this week if you don't want to do that, but you did a great job for us last week. So, of course, I will leave you as a moderator if you would like to. Potentially could add someone else as well to that role. If you don't want to be on that kind of duty today, which I totally would understand. But, Tim, appreciate you hanging out with us here at Bengals Breakdown, as you always do. William House, he's locked in with us per usual. What's up, William? Dr. B as well. Himothy Prods is here. Who else we got here in the chat? Himothy says, what's up, Stone? What's up, man? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by here. BC says, who day? Dr. B says, hello. So appreciate all you guys hanging out with us here at Bengals Breakdown right when we get going here a little bit after noon. A couple minutes late today. We're working through some other things, but we are here, and I am happy that you guys are with us. Hopefully we can have a lot of fun today. Last week we finally saw, the Bengals kind of pull away from a team, something we really haven't seen here in 2024. Obviously, they did kind of mess around late. They could have really ended the game if Jordan Battle simply didn't fumble the ball before he went into the end zone. But we'll see. Hopefully, this is a game, especially with DTR playing quarterback, which we'll get into. Dorian Thompson-Robinson getting the start for Cleveland at that quarterback position. Of course, I think the last time he was really getting valuable game reps was against the Cincinnati Bengals way back in the beginning of the season. They kind of went to Jameis Winston, who I think gives them the best opportunity to win. But Winston, of course, has been turning over the football at an alarming rate, so the Browns are deciding to move off him, see if they have anything here in DTR. They've done this a few times in the past, and I don't really think there is much to say about DTR as a quarterback here in the NFL, but we'll see. He certainly has that dual threat capabilities, and everybody has made, or Cincinnati has made everybody playing the quarterback position for the other team look pretty good so far here in 2024. We'll see if that changes or not. Of course, besides Will Levis, who last week threw 3 interceptions on 4 pass attempts. So we'll see if the Bengals can force some turnovers here today as well. Certainly would give them a good opportunity to win this football game. Right now, last I checked, the Bengals were 9.5-point favorites against the Cleveland Browns, and that total is at 46.5. So I think they opened around 7 or so favorites, but makes sense, right? That's obviously a massive spread for a professional football game, but as it should be. This is a Cincinnati Bengals team that's got a lot of weaponry on offense, and going up against a backup quarterback who we're not even really sure, has the ability to be a backup quarterback in this league in Dorian Thompson-Robinson. I think that's kind of reflective with the number that you see there at 9.5. But at the end of the day, Cincinnati just looking to get a win and stay alive in this playoff race. Was hoping Kansas City was going to fall yesterday to Houston. Kind of had a hunch that Houston was going to be able to get it done. Unfortunately, they lost Tank Dell to a really gruesome injury. Stroud played all right for the most part. Ultimately fell up a little bit short. So believe it or not, we're going to be rooting pretty hard for the Pittsburgh Steelers next week, assuming Cincinnati takes care of business today. We'll get into all those scenarios here coming up on today's show. And again, very thankful and looking forward to you guys hanging out with me here throughout the remainder of the afternoon. Let's give a shout out here to our sponsor over at Game Time. They are sponsoring our live stream watch party here once again. Appreciate Game Time for doing that. Game Time is focused on togetherness this holiday season. It means you can bring people together at live events. The experience is that much better, and it's the perfect gift. Game Time is a new feature called Game Time Picks that makes getting tickets to see your favorite teams play live even easier. Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. Game Time Picks is the easiest way to find and buy tickets to live events. Still, another opportunity, assuming that you aren't going down to the stadium here today as the game kicks off here in about 40 minutes, but still one more opportunity to see the Cincinnati Bengals play in person here in 2024, taking on the Denver Broncos next week. Really hoping that is going to be a massive matchup for the Cincinnati Bengals, and it certainly will be if they can get a win today. So really would encourage you to go over to Game Time, get the best deals possible, and get some Cincinnati Bengals tickets. My two favorite features on Game Time: the seat views. Get a panoramic view from your seat in the app before you buy with Game Time. Secondly, the event cancellation protection. If you're going to a concert or something, the artist cancels on you, that's totally fine. Game Time's not going to hose you. They're going to get you your money back. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. But again, create an account, redeem code CHATSPORTS for $20 off. Download Game Time today. What time is it? It's Game Time. All right, we'll start here with some roster moves. I don't think anything really jumps out at you. This is what Cincinnati did earlier in the week. Signing some guys to their practice squad. The Bengals, of course, are pretty beat up at this point in the season. And Sam Hubbard had that torn PCL injury in his knee. Zach Taylor hasn't ruled him out for the season yet. He hasn't been placed on IR. He is, by the way, inactive for this football game. So obviously that is not ideal. And you see the Bengals bringing back Isaiah Thomas, a guy that spent some time on their practice squad in the past. Jalen Key out of Alabama. It's actually a 7th-round pick by the Jets, I believe, and was waived by them. Bengals bringing him in for some DB depth. Don't believe any of these guys, by the way, are going to be active for this football game here this afternoon. Joe Giles Harris, also a linebacker, being signed to the Bengals practice squad. Hopefully we will see Mumajong Maeda get some more tick out there on the field, because we've really been pleased with what he's been able to do. Really balled out for this football team in the preseason. And, he's really done a nice job on special teams. It was his fault that punt against Dallas got blocked, but then he immediately made up for it with the recovery. So I really like Mumajong Maeda, undrafted guy out of Wisconsin. Hopefully he gets some more playing time today for Cincinnati at that linebacker position. All right, let's get into some inactives here for Cincinnati. Several noteworthy guys. Charlie Jones, once again. Kind of frustrating, obviously, for him. Not coming after him by any means, but it got to be incredibly frustrating for him. Second-year guy, spent some time at Iowa, spent some time at Purdue. The Bengals took in the 4th round 2 years ago. And at this point, we kind of speculated in the offseason that it felt like he's just kind of a return specialist, and that kind of seems to be the case. But we unfortunately haven't seen him in a long, long time. The last time Cincinnati Bengals played the Cleveland Browns, he was the hero in that game, returning the opening kick for a touchdown. That certainly has been the highlight of his NFL career here to this point. Has this groin injury. He's always limited in practice. Then he's listed as questionable. He's a game-time decision or whatever, and then he gets ruled out on game day with that groin injury. Hopefully, that changes going forward. Hopefully he can suit up for one of these 2 remaining games against the Broncos or the Steelers. You really need to see what you have here in Charlie Jones. I think you're definitely going to take a receiver in the draft, but Jones really hasn't shown anything for you. He missed some time last year with a broken hand or thumb or whatever it was, and he's going to miss another game here today. Orlando Brown Jr., there was some hope that he might play. I never really was optimistic that was going to happen. He is inactive for this football game. Look for Cody Ford to take over at that left tackle position, something he has done in the past. And Alex Kappa, some good news, is going to be playing today. He made it through concussion protocol. He will get the start more than likely for Cincinnati at that right guard spot. Tanner Hudson is inactive at that tight end position. I think we are going to see Tanner McLachlan for I think that is the first time this year. Maybe he's been active for one other game or so earlier in the year, but McLaughlin, a guy, of course, Cincinnati took in the 6th round, and they wanted to sign him to the roster, right? Because they didn't want another team to pick him up if he was on the practice squad, and he's always been a healthy scratch for Cincinnati. But I think you can expect to see Tanner McLaughlin out there on the football field. He was a guy that coming into the year I thought was going to be better than Eric All Jr. Obviously, that did not pan out. Eric All Jr. was having a sensational rookie campaign before he got hurt. Looking forward to see what Tanner McLaughlin can do here this afternoon for the Bengals. Sam Hubbard, as I mentioned, going to be inactive with that knee injury. Hopefully that touchdown catch wasn't his last snap as a Cincinnati Bengal. Bengals would save, I believe, $10 million against the cap if they were to cut him at the end of the year. I believe a few years ago he signed a 4-year, $40 million deal. And, really, unfortunately, did not live up to that at all this year. Really didn't last year in 2023 either. Love Sam Hubbard, Cincinnati legend. Would love for him to, come back on a cheaper deal, but I don't know if you can just bring him back and pay him that salary, given the production or lack thereof that he has brought to the table recently. And Sheldon Rankins, once again, is going to be inactive with this illness. This is like the most interesting, arguably one of the most interesting storylines of this football team all year long. This guy's been out with an illness for months since the Charger game. And really haven't gotten any detail on what exactly is going on with him. Hopefully he's going to be all right going forward. Hopefully it's nothing, too serious. But if he's been out with an illness this long, I would think it has to be. But obviously his season has not gone according to plan, in large part because he hasn't been out there on the football field. And Cincinnati paying him a lot of money and not getting much production at all. He's another cut candidate for Cincinnati after this year. In fact, I would be surprised if the Bengals did bring back Sheldon Rankins in 2025. So those are the inactives today. Logan Woodside, also inactive, emergency third quarterback for the Bengals here in this football game. Going to need some guys to step up. Logan Wilson, of course, is on IR. We knew that. First game without Logan Wilson was rough. We'll see. You're going against a guy in Dorian Thompson-Robinson who is, as far as professional quarterbacks go, he's not near the top or even close to the middle range. He's really a threat with his legs, but, if Cincinnati can kind of contain him in the pocket and make him beat them, I think it's probably going to be a good day for this Bengals football team, but we will see. Jason Love is in the comment section. He says, what's up? What's up, Jason? How's it going? Appreciate you stopping by, as always, here at Bengals Breakdown. All right, got about 70 people in here and about 35 minutes away from kickoff. So we'll do a couple of things here. First up, do want to mention our Super Chat menu here to you guys. Doing some solo producing per usual here on Bengals Breakdown. Bear with me, just trying to do multiple things here at once. If you see me look down or whatever throughout the course of our show, just trying to get things set up for us. All right, here is our Super Chat menu. Going to be doing another raffle today. Definitely need to get to triple digits in Super Chats in order for that to happen. Currently at 0, but we did just come on. Going to be giving away a Bengals street sign. That's kind of tough to see there. Maybe if you're watching on the TV or whatever the case may be, you can see it a little bit clearer. But basically, street sign says Bengals Boulevard. Perfect for your man cave, your bedroom, your office. Get that up on the wall. And we're going to be auctioning, or raffling, I should say, that off at the end of our stream. The candy tosses are back. $10 Super Chat. Throw up a gummy bear. If we catch it, nothing happens. If I miss, that is double your entry. So if you send in $10, I miss, that means you get 4 entries into our Bengals street sign raffle that we're going to be giving away at the end of our show. $15. We did this in the past with the naughty or nice list, but today we are doing triple the entries if you are on the nice list here this afternoon. So you send in 15, we run your name through the naughty or nice generator. Obviously, $15 is 3 entries, but if you're on the nice list, that gets doubled to 6 entries. So certainly an advantage for you guys when it comes to winning our raffle if you go through the naughty or nice generator and come out on the nice list. So that is our Super Chat menu. Of course, we're going to be showing that throughout the course of our show here today, certainly as more people file in. Got about 70 people in here right now. Appreciate you guys hanging out, getting ready with us before we get ready for kickoff here at about 1 o'clock at Paycor Stadium. Bengals got to get this win. Absolutely have to get a win against a team that's 3-11. You know, you pretty much beat up on a bad team last week. You certainly gave them some moments there in the beginning of the game, some nerve-wracking moments there. Burrow throws the turnover on the first possession. You're kind of holding on for dear life there at the beginning. But at the end, the talent gap was able to kind of do its thing. Cincinnati ultimately separated from Tennessee in that football game. Hopefully we see something like that again here today, but obviously Burrow and the offense hope to play much better. All right, before we continue, I want to show you guys this bracket here. We will be live on our Chat Sports channel for all CFP playoff games. Now, I will not be live personally, but it will be somebody here at Chat Sports that will be. And want to invite you guys to subscribe to our main channel so you do not miss out on that. We were live yesterday. I was producing for Tom Downey as we did the Clemson and Texas game and the Ohio State and Tennessee game. Obviously, the first round games, I had a lot of hope. I was one of those people that kind of came in thinking that this 12-team playoff was going to be awesome. But round one, year one, obviously did not work out the way the committee or anybody in college football was hoping would. All the haters are out. All the traditionalists saying, oh, bring back the BCS or whatever, just because all the blowouts in round one. Hopefully that changes here in round two. That Rose Bowl is going to be a banger between Oregon and Ohio State. Ohio State looked like the best team in the country last night. Really, no doubt about that. Pretty amazing that they were able to look so bad against Michigan and then so good the next time they took the field. Arizona State, Texas, I got my question marks on whether or not that's going to be a competitive matchup. Georgia Notre Dame, I think, is going to be closer than a lot more than a lot of people think. A lot closer than a lot of people think. Notre Dame really has a great ability to run the football, and then Boise State, Penn State, kind of a, not exactly sure what you're going to get there from Boise. Hopefully that is a competitive game. But we will be live on our Chat Sports channel for all of these games. So I'm going to put that link to subscribe to our main channel in the comments section. So make sure you hit that sub button if you have not done so already. Got about 380 thousand subscribers there over on our main Chat Sports channel. And without that channel, we would not be here at Bengals Breakdown. So certainly got to show some love to that channel. And if you guys are looking to hang out with a watch party during the college football playoffs, we got you covered here at Chat Sports. So hit that sub button again. Sent that in the chat. YouTube.com/chatsportstv. Hopefully we get some better games than we saw here on Friday and Saturday. Certainly did not go according to plan, but got some optimism that that gets turned around here in the quarterfinal round. All right, back to the Cincinnati Bengals. Let me know who you got in the comments section. Type CIN for the Cincinnati Bengals or CLE for the Cleveland Browns. Be honest with us. You confident Cincinnati's going to get a win? First time, by the way, Cincinnati would get 3 wins in a row this season, which is kind of embarrassing considering the expectations going in, considering that this team has gone on runs in the past, but still some opportunity to go on a run here. You win today, that's 3 in a row. You win next week against a team that's currently in the playoffs in the Denver Broncos, that's 4. And you go to Pittsburgh and win, that's 5. That really, even if you don't make the playoffs, you win all those games, that really kind of makes you think a little bit more differently about this season because it was, kind of similar to what you've seen from this team in the past. Team that starts out slow, finishes super, super strong, and ultimately they would just come up a little bit short if they were to win 5 in a row and then not sneak in. Going to need some help, obviously, going forward. We're kind of getting into that now. I feel like now's a good time to kind of discuss that. So basically what Cincinnati needs is they need Denver to lose out. And Thursday night was a great night for Cincinnati Bengals fans. The Chargers took care of business, and Broncos now need to lose out. Good news, you play the Broncos next week. So if you beat them, obviously that is another loss for the Denver Broncos. Now, Denver hosts Kansas City in the final week of the season. Unfortunately, Kansas City was able to get a victory yesterday against the Houston Texans. I really was hoping that Houston was going to be able to pull that one out. I even was kind of had some confidence that it was going to happen, with Mahomes on the bum leg or whatever the case may be. And ultimately, that did not happen. Didn't watch any of that game, but Kansas City ended up winning. So, if the Chiefs beat Pittsburgh next week, they'll have clinched the 1 seed, which means Mahomes, Kelsey, all those boys are not playing that last game against the Denver Broncos. And you would think at home, Denver would be able to take care of business that final week and get into the postseason. So, Bengals really need to root for the Pittsburgh Steelers next week against the Kansas City Chiefs, which is really crazy that we are saying something like that, as I've never really rooted for the Pittsburgh Steelers in my life. But Bengals really need Mahomes and company to be out there that final game for the Kansas City Chiefs in order to get in. But that doesn't just automatically get them in, even if they win out. Also needs some additional help from Miami and Indianapolis. Miami plays San Francisco today, so I think that's a good opportunity to kind of knock Miami out of the mix. And then Indianapolis does have an easy schedule. They're playing the Tennessee Titans today, who, of course, the Bengals played last week. And they also have the Jaguars coming up down the road as well. So the Colts have a very favorable schedule. I don't think they're a very good football team, but it's not, it wouldn't be very far-fetched if they won out just because they're not really playing anybody the rest of the way. And obviously that would not be good for Cincinnati because the Bengals need at least one more loss from the Indianapolis Colts. But none of that means anything if Cincinnati can't run the table and win out. Obviously that all starts here today with the Cleveland Browns at home, Battle of Ohio, round 2. So, got to take it one thing at a time, control what you can control, and try to get a win today and stay alive for another week. All right, let's talk about some injuries to monitor here for the Cincinnati Bengals in this game against the Cleveland Browns. As we mentioned, Orlando Brown Jr. is going to be inactive in this game with that fibula injury. Alex Kappa is going to be active, was in concussion protocol throughout the week, but he will be good to go. Cody Ford is going to be active as well. If you remember, he missed last week's game, which caused Devin Cochran to get the start at left tackle. I thought that was going to go a lot worse than it did. I think in the beginning it really was very shaky for Devin Cochran, but he settled down ultimately in the second quarter and beyond, and ended up having a fine football game there. But good to have Cody Ford back at that spot. As we mentioned, Hubbard going to be inactive as well. Charlie Jones and Sheldon Rankins inactive. Geno Stone, something to monitor. That shoulder, it caused him to be a limited participant in practice this week, but he is going to be active for this Bengals football team. The Geno Stone thing is very interesting to me because he has not played good football this year, albeit the past 2 weeks have been 2 of his best weeks of the season. And we've seen Lou Anarumo move off some guys, bench some guys, change playing time around, even with the guy in Von Bell, who Lou Anarumo loves. Von Bell is only getting, 25% of the snaps these days behind Jordan Battle. He has yet to move Geno Stone off the football field. I don't know if that's coming from up top in terms of the front office, just because they're paying Geno Stone a decently sized contract, of course, who they brought in free agency from Baltimore. But regardless, Geno Stone has been out on the football field pretty much every snap throughout this season, and besides the past 2 weeks, he really has struggled. So the Bengals are going to need another good game from Geno Stone. He did have an interception the last time the Bengals played the Browns, so hopefully he can, channel some of that same energy here this afternoon as well. Chris Jenkins also with an illness that caused him to miss a practice this week, but he is going to be active in this game for the Bengals. Chris Jenkins, I think, has done some good things for you. Interior defensive line there, second-round pick for the Bengals here in 2024. And, I think you got to be pleased with the things that Chris Jenkins has done there at the interior. His run-stopping ability has been solid, and the Bengals are going to need him to be good again here today. And I guess this illness maybe is just kind of trickling its way through the football team. Obviously, December, January, a lot of people getting sick. I typically always get sick in January. So hopefully he's able to move around the same way he typically does and make some plays out there on the football field for the Bengals. All right, again, appreciate Tim Tyra being our moderator here today. Once again, helping us out with the bots in the chat. Got over 100 people in here, but only 32 likes. Always going for that 50-50 ratio between likes and viewers. And we got about 20 or 30 more likes to go in order to make that happen. So help me out. Hit that thumbs up icon for us if you have not done so already. We'll see. Bengals Browns should be pretty good viewership here today. Let's see if we can't maybe break some records and get a bunch of likes here today. Our highest like total was, I believe, close to 1,100 in that Charger game, which probably one of the most exciting games of the year. Ultimately ended in heartbreak, like a lot of Bengals games have this year. But that broke all of our records here at Chat Sports for that. Let's see if we can't get shoot for 700 likes today. That's a lot. And, sometimes we're always hovering around that 300 mark. But we come in here, and we stop by, and we hit that thumbs up icon. Really helps us out, helps me out, allows us to provide more Bengals content for you guys throughout the remainder of the season and the offseason as well, which certainly is going to be interesting. The NFL these days is, 365 days a year type thing. And some of the most exciting stuff doesn't even happen during the season. It's some of the stuff that goes down in the offseason in regards to free agency, the draft, contracts, trades. Not that Cincinnati's going to make any trades, but stuff like that to keep an eye on. And once we kind of progress here, and if the Bengals ultimately end up getting eliminated at some point, hopefully that isn't till the very end. My gut right now tells me they'll be alive going into Pittsburgh. They'll need to win, and they'll need some help. And then you're kind of sitting there like, probably not going to happen. But I think they stay alive going into Week 18. That is kind of my prediction at this point. But we'll see. Look, based on how they played in the beginning of the year and the middle of the year, if you would have said the Bengals need to win 5 games in a row to get in, what's your confidence level in that? Probably not very high, right? So we'll see. But Bengals got to go on a bit of a run here. And hopefully they keep up the good work here today and beat a Cleveland Browns team that they certainly should beat. And they should go out and win. Hopefully they can do that. Appreciate you, Tim. Says like, share, and sub. It's free. Pretty much daily Bengals videos for you guys here at the channel. Metallica Dragon said losing is not an option. I agree. You can't really, you lose this game and you're out of the playoffs at home to a Browns team with DTR playing quarterback. Things are really going to heat up on Zach Taylor if they haven't already. The fan base is already ticked off for kind of how things have gone this year, but you got to win this game. Not just to stay in the playoff race, but against the Cleveland Browns team, again, 3-11. You need to prove that you can still hang up there at the top with Pittsburgh and Baltimore. Obviously, you haven't proved that this year as you're 0-3 against those guys, but you don't want to be down there in the basement with Cleveland messing around in this game, taking an L. Absolutely cannot happen. All right, some keys to victory here. About 19, 20 minutes away from kickoff at Paycor Stadium. Number one, laser focus. Very simple. This is a team that needs to go out and take care of business today. They don't need to be thinking about Denver next week. Certainly don't need to be thinking about Pittsburgh in 2 weeks. They don't need to be watching the scoreboards at all today as well. Scoreboard watching, we did that on Thursday Night Football. It went in our favor. But today, got to be locked in from the jump. All right? Even that Tennessee game last week. Bad start. Get off to a good start, set the tone, and go out there and take care of business. It would be nice if Cincinnati just went out there, led from the start, and just led the whole game and kind of put it in cruise control there in the fourth quarter. How nice would that be? It'd be stress-free for us as a fan base, who obviously we've been put through a lot of stress here in 2024. Really, just as long as you've been a Cincinnati Bengals fan, they have caused you a lot of stress. Today could be a game at home that is a relatively stress-free game. We'll see. Still a professional football game. And it still is the Battle of Ohio, which I think is very, very important to note. Because this is a Cleveland Browns team that's going to be playing like they've got something to play for here. They don't want this narrative to change that the Bengals kind of have taken control of the Cleveland Browns. They have had success against this team in the past, and they're going to try to go out there and prove that they can still have success against this football team. So they're eliminated from the playoffs, obviously, at 3-11, but they got a lot to play for. It's Battle of Ohio, rivalry game, division game. They probably feel like nobody's giving them a chance in this football game. They're going to come out with their hair on fire, and this Bengals group better do the same because they're not in a position right now as a football team where they can just kind of show up and say, oh, we got more talent, we're just going to win. No, that's how you lose. That's how you get upset at home. Bengals got to have a laser-focused mindset here in this game against Cleveland. Secondly, talked about it a lot here at the channel. Got to create turnovers. Unfortunately, your defense is not good enough to not create turnovers. This is a defense that is very heavily turnover reliant, and there's really no two ways around that. This team doesn't force turnovers. They don't win football games, and that's kind of something that we have seen throughout the course of this year. Now, are you going to be able to do this again? Probably not, right? 6 turnovers, 4 interceptions, 2 fumbles. That's probably not going to happen, right? Considering, Will Levis, the mistakes he was making. Obviously, he capitalized on those mistakes, which certainly need to be celebrated. You don't need to force 6 turnovers to win this game, but do you need to force at least 1 or 2? I think so. If you said Cincinnati, if you talked to me after the game and said, yeah, the Bengals ended up losing this game, I would sit there and say, I bet the defense didn't force any turnovers. And you'd probably say yes, because we've seen all types of teams. Even Tennessee last week was moving the ball on this Bengals defense. Game would have been a close game without those Will Levis turnovers. Turnovers ended up being the difference. I definitely think Cincinnati could have, played a little bit better, obviously, offensively. Joe Burrow talked about that a lot after the game and throughout the course of the week. Got to have turnovers in this game. Got to find ways. You're going against an inexperienced quarterback in Dorian Thompson-Robinson. He's going to put the ball in harm's way from time to time. It's going to be up to you to capitalize on those poor decisions from DTR. And we'll see if he can't punch out any footballs as well from a fumble perspective. But got to go out there and find ways to get the ball. And you got to protect the ball as well. Look, Joe Burrow's been outstanding this year. He's going to get MVP votes. He's not going to win. Should win Comeback Player of the Year again. But one thing he's got to improve upon is the turnovers. Now, if you sit there and dissected all his turnovers, there's probably only a handful that you could say, that's Joe Burrow's fault. Batted balls at the line of scrimmage, it's going to happen. Just the way it is. And, I don't think quarterbacks deserve the blame for that. And, a couple of times he's held on to the ball a little bit too long, takes a big shot in the pocket, can't hold on to the football. That's going to happen from time to time as well. But Joe Burrow's got to do a better job of protecting the football, particularly late in the game. We've seen him turn it over in the fourth quarter several times as well. I want to see a clean game from Joe Burrow. And I think we can get that. I think he has the opportunity to play a little bit more conservative in this game. We'll see. He's got Myles Garrett, bearing down on him, so that certainly could be challenging. But I think Joe Burrow's in a position where he can play a little bit more of a cleaner game for this Bengals football team here this afternoon. Taking a look at what Cleveland did last time they played the Cincinnati Bengals a little bit earlier on in the season. Obviously, you had Deshaun Watson in that game, which, Kevin Stefanski has just kind of been dealing with a lot of quarterbacks here, and he's found a ways to stay afloat. Obviously, last year, getting to the playoffs with Flacco. Deshaun Watson, the whole thing has just been a disaster, start to finish. This is what losing organizations do, right? They kind of get that kind of a contract to a guy that doesn't deserve that kind of money. We can talk about the off-the-field stuff at a later time, but Deshaun Watson was a complete whiff by Cleveland, and Stefanski here is kind of just trying to stay afloat, like I said, and he's dealing with Dorian Thompson-Robinson out here this week. As I said at the top of the show, I don't believe DTR gives them their best chance to win. I think it is still Jameis Winston, but if DTR goes out there and protects the football here today, I certainly will take that back, but I think he's going to turn it over just as often as Jameis Winston, if not more, but we certainly will see kind of as we progress here, but Bengals did a nice job defensively against Cleveland last time. One of their best games defensively when they played in Cleveland. If you remember, that was kind of the best stretch of the year for Cincinnati when they had the Giant game on Sunday night. It was close with this game as well. Obviously, Cleveland and New York, two of the worst teams in the league. But the Bengals defense did a nice job getting some stops there, forcing some punts. That'd be awesome if we could just see some punts today from the Cleveland Browns, because typically we're either seeing the opposition score a touchdown or Cincinnati forces a turnover, or they kick a field goal. The other team kicks a field goal, which I'm tired of sitting there, and the other team goes out to kick a field goal, and we're sitting here clapping because we're excited about it. That shouldn't be the case, right? You should be clapping when the other team's punting the football, but we'll see if Cincinnati can get that turned around today or not. Played pretty well against Cleveland the last time they played. Let's see if that stays that way here on Sunday afternoon here in this football game. Key to victory number 3. Offensive line really got to lock in this game for the Bengals. Amarius Mims has been awesome for you. One of the bright spots of your football team here this year. This organization, this front office, has had their fair share of misses in recent memory. Luckily, Amarius Mims is not one of them. Hopefully, he has a big game today for the Bengals. Mims is a guy that, of course, first-round pick for the Bengals out of Georgia here in the 2024 NFL Draft. And he's done a lot of good stuff for Cincinnati, and he is playing through injury. He's kind of had a bum ankle now for several weeks, and he keeps going out there and doing positive things for you on the football field. Again, Alex Kappa is going to be playing in this football game. Was in concussion protocol this week. He is out. He will be ready to go. I would imagine Cordell Volson is going to get the start at left guard. And Orlando Brown Jr. is going to be out with this game. Cody Ford, though, is back after he missed last week's game with that illness. I would imagine Ford gets the start at left tackle, and you see Devin Cochran kind of go into that backup role here today at that left tackle spot. But big game for the offensive line. This Cleveland defense, they can still make plays. Obviously, Myles Garrett is the guy that gets all the attention and all the praise, but they've got guys all over that defense. And Joe Burrow has struggled against this Browns team. That is well documented. They got some dudes there in the secondary as well. Denzel Ward is just an elite player that always seems to show up against the Cincinnati Bengals. Got to make sure he is held in check here today. We'll see who he is matched up on. Jamar Chase is a guy that has struggled against this Cleveland Browns team in the past as well. So we'll see what this Bengals offense can do. But a lot of their success is going to be predicated upon the performance of the offensive line. All right, before we continue, I got a question for you guys in the chat. Got about 150 people hanging out here. Obviously, if you guys play fantasy football, it is the fantasy playoffs right now, round 2. And I got a question. I'm going back and forth between Jerry Jeudy, of course a receiver for the Cleveland Browns, and Khalil Shakir, receiver for the Buffalo Bills. If Jameis Winston was playing quarterback, I'm not hesitating. I'm going with Jerry Jeudy in this matchup. But help me out in the comments section. Type J for Jerry Jeudy, JJ for Jerry Jeudy, or KS for Khalil Shakir. Fantasy, who you start, right? Let me know in the comments. I need to know. Help me out, because I got to make up my mind here in about 9 minutes who I'm going with. Again, if Jerry Jeudy had Jameis Winston throwing him the football, yeah, I'm starting Jerry Jeudy. But he's got DTR. I don't really know what to expect from DTR here in this situation. So Steve says Jerry Jeudy. A. Tolliver says Shakir. William House says Shakir. Sean says Shakir. Charles says Shakir. I understand, Michael. He says Winston's not very good. They've won one game with him. That's fair, but I just think he gives them a better chance than Dorian Thompson-Robinson. But I hear you completely. Steve says DTR will not last. Marvin says Jerry Jeudy. See, BC, that's kind of what I'm thinking. He says Jeudy because they play us, right? I mean, Judy's going to be open. He's going to be running around wide open at Paycor Stadium. It's just a matter of if DTR is going to be competent enough to be able to get him the football. I appreciate that. So it seems like you guys think Khalil Shakir is the guy that I need to go with. Matt says he honestly has no clue. I'm going to take this up right till 1 o'clock to make a decision. I've got Jerry Jeudy in the lineup right now. That's who's in there for me at this point. We'll see if I make an adjustment on that or not. But I appreciate the advice there from you guys in the comment section. All right. We talked about the laser focus. Got to focus on what we're trying to accomplish here as a football team. Cincinnati Bengals. None of the outside noise. Not doing any scoreboard watching. Not looking ahead to Denver or looking ahead even more to Pittsburgh. Focus on the Cleveland Browns. Go out there, dominate the football game, play a complete game offensively. You're frustrated after your performance last time out on the field. We've seen Joe Burrow after those types of games come out the following week and ball. So hopefully that is the case once again. And we're going to be leaning on the stars in this game. You could kind of say this for this Bengals football team, given the incompetence in several key areas, but got to lean on the stars, and they got to cook. And particularly Jamar Chase, a guy that has struggled against this Cleveland Browns football team. This is a guy that is going after the Triple Crown. And, I'm not really into, let's chase these stats, yada, yada. My mind changes when it comes to the Triple Crown, right? This is very historic what Jamar Chase is doing here. Triple Crown, if you don't know, Jamar Chase right now is leading the NFL in receiving yards, touchdown passes, and receptions. And barring an injury, which, God forbid something like that would happen, he's going to run away with the touchdowns and the yards. It's going to come down to the receptions. And I think you saw last week that Zach Taylor and the staff and Joe Burrow, they're trying to get this Triple Crown for Jamar Chase. This is the goal for this football team. Again, if it was any other stat or whatever, I'm like, let's not do that. Let's just try to win. I think it's really important to try to get this for Jamar Chase because it just kind of proves how good of a receiver he is. I've said that he's the best receiver in the league for a couple of years now. Now some people are finally coming to terms with that. Oh, yeah, he might be the best receiver in the league. Yeah, we've been saying that for a while here at Bengals Breakdown, and I think you're going to see some more of those pop passes, right, that are essentially handoffs when Chase comes in motion, like a reverse essentially, but in front of the quarterback, and Burrow just kind of pops it to him, counts as a reception for Jamar Chase. So they're going to be looking to get easy completions to him to get that reception number up. And I'm really going to be leaning on him to have a good game here for Cincinnati because he has been awesome this year for the Bengals. Let's take a look at these reception leaders. As you can tell here, it's going to be close when it comes to the receptions. Amon-Ra St. Brown having another great season with the Detroit Lions. He's certainly going to get featured in a lot of their games going forward. And I think he's really the guy that could challenge Chase for, this Triple Crown title there. CeeDee Lamb, of course, as well. He's kind of banged up. He's playing with the backup quarterback. Obviously, he's within striking distance, only 8 behind. But the biggest issue with me is going to be Amon-Ra St. Brown when it comes to catching Jamar Chase. Charles with some good analysis here. He says the Patriots secondary isn't very good. Allen continues his MVP campaign by having a big day. I would go with Shakir. I've got 5 minutes here to come to a conclusion. I feel like Khalil Shakir is the safer pick. Like, he's going to get me at least 10 points. But I feel like the ceiling is higher for Jerry Jeudy. If you said, yeah, Jeudy's going to go for 150 and 2 touchdowns, I would say, yeah, probably. Because this Bengals defense is just that bad. But, again, there's so much uncertainty there at the quarterback position for Cleveland with DTR. I have 4 minutes to make up my mind, but we'll see. So those are our keys to victory for Cincinnati, keeping it relatively straightforward here. Got to be locked in. No funny business. This is really going to be a big game for Zach Taylor. If his team comes in and they're distracted, if they continue making those procedural mistakes, right, the false starts, the delay of games, the holds, stuff like that, that's got to get cleaned up. Particularly the false starts are something that can't happen. But it's a big game for Zach Taylor. They got to come out and they got to come out locked in. They got to go dominate the competition at home and get a win. Appreciate that, Metallica Dragon. All right, got 68 likes, 186 viewers. See if we can't get up to 100 here before kick. Kickoff going to be here in 3 minutes. Got about 200 people in the chat. See if we can't get up to 100 likes here. We'll go to our super chat menu here. Hopefully giving away a Bengals street sign at the end of our stream. $5 super chat gets you into our giveaway here at Bengals Breakdown. I need at least $100 in supers in order to make that happen. But not sure if you can tell what it says there. If you're watching on a TV, perhaps you can see it a little bit better. But it says Bengals Boulevard. Great for the man cave. Great for your room, office, whatever. Get it up on your wall. Show your support for the Bengals. Going to be giving that away at the end of our stream. Bringing back the candy tosses. $10 super chat. Toss the candy. If I catch it, nothing happens. If I miss, that is double your entries into our street sign giveaway. And then the naughty or nice list, bringing that back as well. $15 gets you into our naughty or nice list generator. And if you are on the nice list, that is triple the entries. So definitely some incentive in there to send in a $15 super chat because it really gives you an advantage for that raffle if you indeed end up on the nice list. So that is our super chat menu. Up to 81 likes here. 19 more here before kick. Should be any minute now before that happens. I got 1 minute to decide. I've got Jeudy in there right now. I just took him out. Going with Khalil Shakir. Hopefully I don't regret that. Need Cincinnati to step up and guard Jerry Jeudy. He's an elite receiver. Took him a couple years with some bad quarterback play. Denver wasn't the best spot for him, but he's really come on here. And going to go with Khalil Shakir, so we'll see what he can do for Buffalo later this afternoon. Give some shout-outs here. John says, hello from Manchester, United Kingdom. We've gone international here. Appreciate you, John. Thank you for that. Brandon Rocks. He's hanging out with us once again. Appreciate you. Dangerous Drew says, hey, Stone. Hope all is well. Likewise, Drew. Thanks for stopping by. I got our first super chat of the afternoon here from guess who? Michael Eastwood. We will get that pulled up here in a minute. Appreciate you, Michael, getting you written down right now. Michael says, let's go Bengals. $5 super chat. Appreciate you, Michael. Can always count on you for the super chats. All right, should be just about ready for kickoff here. Get your Who Days into the comments section. Let's get fired up as we are just about ready for kick here at Paycor Stadium. Marvin Willifer with a $20 super chat to get us going here at Bengals Breakdown. Appreciate you, Marvin. You are the man. Can always count on you as well. $20 super chat. I will get you in. That is 4 entries for you. And when we get to a commercial, we will run you through our naughty or Nice list generator. Up to 20. Appreciate you, Marvin Williford. Keep typing those Who Days in. Just about ready for kick here. And who we got kicking here? I would assume this is Cade York still. Did not look like Evan McPherson. And this will be returnable for Cleveland. And they're going to bring it out of their own end zone past the 20 and tackled at the 21 by Muma Jongmaeda and Dejon Anthony of the Cincinnati Bengals. Bengals in the black jerseys with the orange pants. Big fan of those. Looking pretty tough. And we will get our first look at Dorian Thompson-Robinson here this afternoon. All right, what is this defense going to do here for the Bengals? And they're going to run it here with Jerome Ford, and there he goes. Past the 50, one man to beat. Is he going to score here on this first play? Cam Taylor-Britt tackles him at the 10-yard line. Unbelievable. On the first play from scrimmage, Jerome Ford takes it all the way to the Cincinnati Bengals 10-yard line. Could you have drawn up a worse start here? About a 70-yard run here from Jerome Ford on the first play of the game. Just right through that Bengals defensive line. Runs right past the linebackers. Bad angle from Jordan Battle. And just like that, Cleveland is into the game time red zone. And it's 1st and 10 from the Cincinnati 11. Disaster start for the Bengals. Here we go. 1st and 10 at the 11. DTR hands it off to Ford once again. This time Cincinnati's ready to make a tackle. Josh Newton makes the play at the 10-yard line. Pick up a 1. 2nd and 9 coming up. Here we go. 2nd and 9. DTR in the gun. Quarterback draw. He's going to take off, make a move, spinning down to the 2-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 1 from the Cincinnati 2. 8-yard scramble from Dorian Thompson-Robinson on the quarterback draw. Something Cincinnati's going to have to be aware of. I would think that they practice that all week long. That is the reason Dorian Thompson-Robinson is getting the start here in this game, because of his ability to make things happen on the ground. Shows it there for the first time here this afternoon. Actually, it will be 3rd and 2 here for this Bengals defense. Some of the big boys checking in for Cincinnati. J. Tufele is one of them. Play clock down to 5, and Cleveland's going to have to burn a timeout here before this 3rd and 2 play. Just kidding. Cincinnati is going to have to burn a timeout here. Third and 2. Probably 2-down territory here for Cleveland. And I would expect another run here on this 3rd down play. Heavy set here for Cleveland. DTR under center. Hands it to his fullback, who got the first down, and he might just be in the end zone. No signal yet. I think they're going to mark him just short, down inside the 1-yard line. It will be a 1st down for Cleveland. So 1st and goal coming up from the Cincinnati half-yard line. Handed it to the fullback there. Geno Stone came in from that safety spot to make the hit and make the tackle just short of the goal line. It's Dante Foreman who checks into the game for Cleveland. They will give it to him out of the I formation. Does he get in this time? Going to be close. And it will be a touchdown, Cleveland. Cincinnati thinks they have the football. I think Foreman might have lost this. The question is whether or not he was past the goal line or not. Currently a scrum for the football. The official has called a touchdown here at this point. As of now, it is 6-0 Cleveland on a 1-yard touchdown run from Dante Foreman here as we take another look at this. That ball does come out. I don't think that's a touchdown. I think he is short of the goal line. The question is whether or not that knee was down. Beautiful job by Von Bell. Good to see him back out there on the football field. Jordan Battle has gotten most of the snaps at that strong safety spot. Oh, man, this is going to be close. I don't think that's a touchdown. Bell forced the fumble and recovered it himself. This is vintage Von Bell stuff right here for Cincinnati. And they're going to go to break. Let me know in the comments section if that's a fumble or a touchdown or if he was just down. Because I don't think that's a touchdown. I don't think there's any way that that is a touchdown for Cleveland. Now, there's a chance it's going to be 2nd and goal from that same spot. But Harvey says that ball's out. Easterwood says that ball looks like it's out. Hammerman says fumble. Minnow says Bengals ball. Harvey says that is not a touchdown. That is vintage Von Bell. We'll see. Ruling on the field right now is a touchdown. For just joining us, make sure you hit that like button. Got about 500 people here hanging out with us. Did get over 100 likes, up to 102 right now. Appreciate you guys helping us out, making that happen here at Bengals Breakdown. Marvin Williford, we will run your name through the naughty or nice generator here in a moment. $20 super chat from you. As of now, that is 4 entries into our street sign giveaway. Going to be giving away a Bengals street sign. It says Bengals Boulevard. Good for the man cave, office, bedroom, whatever the case may be. Going to be giving that away here at the end of our show. Assuming we can get a substantial number of supers in order to make that happen. Harvey said who recovered. Vaughn forced it and got on it. So we'll see. And they are now back. And we will see here who is on the football field. It was very, very close. I definitely don't think it was a touchdown for Cleveland. It's just a matter of if they're going to get another crack at this. Okay, recovered by Cincinnati. How about that, Von Bell? Now, the Bengals are in trouble here inside their own 1. Burrow and the offense take the field. Got to run it here from inside their 1. Bengals go I formation here. Cleveland simulating pressure, and I think we'll see if Kappa flinched soon enough. They went with the hard count there, tried to get an offside penalty on Cleveland. Of course, if you remember last week against Tennessee, they were trying to draw an offsides penalty, and the Cincinnati line did not move. This time, Kappa moves, the veteran, and it is an offside on Cleveland and some breathing room here for Cincinnati after the neutral zone infraction. Going to be 1st and 5 from about their 5.5, 6-yard line. Nice job by Burrow using his cadence. Gives Cincinnati some breathing room here. 1st and 5 from the 6. Chase Brown is the running back in the backfield along with tight end Drew Sample. Quick pass to the boundary. T. Higgins has it. Picks up about 3 yards there. Nice catch there by Higgins. Contested catch. Working against Martin Emerson. That's vintage Von Bell. That's awesome to see. Bell, of course, not having the year that Lou Anarumo anticipated, that Zach Taylor anticipated, that he personally anticipated. Lost a lot of his playing time to Jordan Battle. Was out on the field for that play and made the most of it. Awesome stuff from Von Bell, Bengals legend. 2nd and 1. They'll hand it off to Chase Brown up the middle, and he's got enough for a Cincinnati Bengals first down. Nice push there by Cordell Volson running towards the left side. 1st and 10 coming up here for Cincinnati. 11 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Burrow under center here on 1st and 10. And they will hand it to Jamar Chase on the reverse. He makes a cut. Nice block there by Drew Sample, who's been awesome for this Bengals offense this year. Doesn't get a ton of credit. Dan Pitcher mentioned him in his press conference this week, said along with Jamar and Joe, the two most consistent guys offensively have been rookie Amarius Mims and Drew Sample. Sample doesn't do a ton in the pass-catching game, but has been an awesome blocker for this Bengals team. You've seen him kind of go into that role where he's lined up in the backfield from time to time after the Eric All injury. Done some great stuff for Cincinnati at that tight end position. 2nd and 3 here. Here comes Chase in motion. Burrow drops back, looks Chase's way, finds him. 1st down Cincinnati. Chase makes a guy miss before he's tackled by Jordan Hicks down the boundary. Great run after the catch there by Jamar Chase. So hard to get down in the open field. Makes the first guy miss. And get some additional yardage there. It'll be a pickup of 14 for Jamar Chase. And Joe Burrow came out on the football field and forgot his wristband. That's kind of funny. He had to signal to the sideline, hey, I need my wristband. Here's Burrow. Hands it off to Chase Brown. He's got some space. Brown down the sideline. Past midfield. Shoved out of bounds at the Cleveland 46. Chase Brown picking up right where he left off. Man, he's got some serious speed. Hits the hole quickly. And it's another big pickup for Cincinnati on 1st down into Cleveland territory. Type in those ones for us in the comments section. Just under 9 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. Burrow in the gun. 1st and 10 at the Cleveland 45. Play action. Burrow looking deep. Floats it towards the sideline. Wide open. T. Higgins. Pass is caught. Pushed out of bounds at the 23-yard line. Approaching the game time red zone. Type in those ones once again into the comments section. Not sure how you let T. Higgins and Jamar Chase be so wide open on 2 of the last 3 plays there if you're the Cleveland defense. Higgins was just roaming free in that Browns secondary. Burrow finds him off the play fake. Another big pickup on 1st down for the Bengals. They'll pitch it to Chase Brown here on 1st and 10. He's got some space again. Brown down the sideline once more to the 5. Shoved out at the 3-yard line. Oh, my goodness. Chase Brown, 2 huge runs for Cincinnati on their first offensive possession, setting up a 1st and goal opportunity. Great blocking here by the left side of the offensive line. Cordell Volson out to a really strong start. Nice block by him. Cody Ford sets another block. Chase Brown hits the hole hard, picks up another big 1st down. Got some serious wheels. We've all been picking on the Bengals front office. They did not miss on that running back pick in 2023 with Chase Brown. 1st and goal at the 3. Got to go quickly. 2 seconds on the play clock. Burrow drops back, stepping up, running out of time. Fires, passes caught. Joe Burrow was falling down and found T. Higgins in the end zone for a touchdown. How about that? In the college game, that would not count because I believe Burrow's knee was down as he let that ball go. But that is good on Sunday And T. Higgins is there in the end zone, wide open for the touchdown. Unbelievable from Joe Burrow. Falls down and somehow is able to get that football out. Looking like Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl against Tampa Bay several years ago. Nearly horizontal with the ground and somehow gets that football out to T. Higgins. Touchdown Cincinnati. Another unbelievable play by Joe Burrow. That's ridiculous. Here's Cade York for the extra point. Kick is up and just squeaks in the right upright. York's been good, but did have a missed extra point late in the game last week against Tennessee. Cincinnati takes a 7-0 lead at home against Cleveland. And after a disaster start, after that big 70-yard plus run by Jerome Ford, of course, a Cincinnati guy, played at Alabama before transferring to the University of Cincinnati. Von Bell saves him at the 1-yard line, forces the fumble, and recovers it. And the Bengals go 99 yards all the way down the field. Big plays to Chase Brown, big plays to T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, and an unbelievable play by Joe Burrow to cap it off for the touchdown. While we have a moment here, I want to give a shout out to our friends over at Game Time because today's live stream watch party is presented by Game Time. Game Time is focused on togetherness this holiday season. That means when you bring people together at live events, the experience is that much better, and it's the perfect gift. Game Time has a new feature called Game Time Picks that makes getting tickets to see your favorite teams play live even easier. Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. Game Time Picks is the easiest way to find and buy tickets to live events. Still one more opportunity to see the Cincinnati Bengals play at Paycor Stadium next week against the Denver Broncos. If you haven't gotten to a game this season, would encourage you to do so. Unless, of course, you are hanging out with us here at our watch party. Head on over to Game Time and get the best deals possible. My two favorite features on Game Time. First up, the seat views. Get a panoramic view from your seat in the app before you buy with Game Time. Secondly, the all-in pricing. Toggling this feature up front allows you to see your total up front so you don't get hit with any of those surprise fees at checkout like some of those other ticketing companies can get you with. So download the Game Time app today. Use code CHATSPORTS, CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Begin. Create an account. Redeem code CHATSPORTS for $20 off. Download Game Time today. What time is it? It's Game Time. Bengals up here 7-0. Got close to 600 people here watching with us. Keep hitting that thumbs up icon and keep hitting that subscribe button. If you have not done so already, we do have to run Marvin through the naughty or nice generator here. So bear with me as I get that queued up. See if this Bengals defense can do a bit of a better job. Here's the kickoff from Cade York. And Jerome Ford will return the kick for Cleveland. Get out around the 25-yard line, and that's where DTR and company will set up shop for their second offensive possession. Marvin, you really put X-Lax in Santa's cookies? Don't expect to see your name on the nice list anytime soon. Wow. Can't believe you would do such a thing, Marvin. Jeff Ward says, that's what I like to see. This team is playing football. Love it, Jeff. How about that? 7 minutes to go here. And blown up on the play by Mike Hilton at his best game of the season last week against Tennessee. And starts this game off strong as well. That was supposed to be a handoff. And DTR couldn't even hand it off because Mike Hilton was already in the backfield, timed this blitz perfectly. And Mike Hilton has literally made a career out of doing this. And luckily, DTR was able to catch it. Because if he tried to hand that off, that was going to be a fumble, and Cincinnati was going to be there to pick it up. That's unbelievable by Mike Hilton. That is vintage Mike Hilton. We've seen some vintage moments early on from Von Bell and Mike Hilton in this game. Here's DTR, nearly intercepted. The pass was behind the intended receiver, hit Cam Taylor-Britt in the hands, probably should have picked it off, was not able to haul it in. Regardless, it will be 3rd and 16. Type in those threes for us. Terrible pass by DTR. And as of now, I'm feeling pretty good. I didn't start Jerry Jeudy. Because Dorian Thompson-Robinson has been shaky, albeit that was his first pass attempt. 3rd and 16 for the Bengals. Jerome Ford back into the game at running back. Thompson-Robinson pumps to Ford, goes to his tight end Njoku, who's tackled on the play by Joseph Osai, and that is going to be a punt forced by the Cincinnati Bengals defense. My goodness. When is the last time that happened? And Cincinnati has done a beautiful job of responding after that disastrous first play by the Cleveland Browns on their first offensive play from scrimmage. Here's the punt from Cleveland. See who's back to return this here for Cincinnati. It has been Isaiah Williams in recent weeks, and it is again here this afternoon. He catches it, steps out of bounds, and we'll see Joe Burrow for the second time here today. All right, we'll get this set back up here. All right, so no additional entries for Marvin. Regardless, though, Marvin, appreciate the super chat. I know you're really not on the naughty list, right? But according to our generator, you are. Get this clock updated here. Down to 5.5 minutes here in the quarter. Bengals have the ball once again. Have another super chat that we will get to here in a moment. $20 super chat from Dangerous Drew. First one's on the board, baby. Who dat? Appreciate you, Dangerous Drew. And also get you into our Jungle Club 2.0. Love those $20 super chats from Marvin and Dangerous Drew. Drew, at our next break, we will run you through the Naughty or Nice simulator. Again, If you are on the nice list, that is triple your entries. So right now, Drew has 4. Would be 12 if he's on the nice list. We'll see. Keep hitting that like button, folks. 142 here on the afternoon so far. Here comes Sample in motion. Play fake to Chase Brown. Burrow rolls to his right, finds Chase down the sideline, makes another move, pick up a 15 on first down. This Bengals offense is cooking here through their first 2 drives. If you're just joining us, the Bengals went 99 yards for a touchdown on their first offensive possession thanks to Von Bell forcing and recovering a fumble at the Browns or at the Cincinnati 1-yard line when Cleveland looked poised to score on their opening possession. There's Burrow in the gun. Chase Brown is the running back lined up to his left. Jamar comes in motion. Burrow changing the play here. He's got to hurry. 5 seconds to go on the play clock. 3, 2, 1. Gets it off just in time. Burrow looks left, fires left. He's got Chase again. First down, Bengals steps out after a pickup of 10. They are feeding Jamar Chase here to start this game, as they should. All of Burrow's passes have been caught by either Chase or Higgins so far in this game, and Burrow is a perfect 6 of 6 for 66 yards and a touchdown. Continued greatness from number 9 at the quarterback spot for the Bengals. Cam Grandy checks into the game at tight end. Burrow under center, a little misdirection. Handoff to Chase Brown. Pickup of 3. His worst run of the game so far. Chase Brown has been electric so far here in the first quarter as well. Everything working for this Bengals offense. Pistol look here for Cincinnati at the Cleveland 45. Burrow takes the snap. Play action to Chase Brown, and he goes to him after a pump fake. Nice job by Joe Burrow. He pump faked to Chase Brown. He wanted to go to him immediately. It would have been tipped or maybe even intercepted if he did. He instead held on to it, pumped, allowed Brown to get a little bit more upfield, and then found him for another first down pickup. Another elite play by Joe Burrow. You can just see the trust and chemistry between him and Chase Brown, knowing he was going to get exactly where he needed him to be. Can't say enough good things about Chase Brown here in year 2 in the NFL. Back to the gun they go. Burrow takes the snap. Looks left, fires left. There's Higgins on a slant. Pickup of 9, tackled on the play by Emerson. 2nd and 1 coming up here as we approach the 2-minute mark here in the first quarter. Higgins is going to check out of the game here. Took a decent shot there by Emerson, and Jamar is going to come back into the game here for the Bengals. Offensive line is balling so far for the Bengals. Everything going well. Running the football, throwing the football. Number 9 looks great. Offensive line blocking. And we're going to get our first taste of Jermaine Burton here in this game as he checks in. And they're going to run it here with Chase Brown, and that did not work. The first negative play of the game for the Bengals. Tackled in the backfield by Briggs. It'll be a TFL for him. Loss of 2, 3rd and 3 coming up for the Bengals. Type in those 3s for us in the comment section. Four seconds to go on the shot clock. Karras snaps it to Burrow. Burrow looks to his right, works his way back to his left, throws across his body. Dangerous pass. He had T. Higgins open. We've seen Burrow take some unnecessary risks here in 2024, and I think that certainly was one of them there. He wanted to go right. It wasn't there. Worked his way back to his left, rolled to his left, and then chucked it across his body to his right. Had T. Higgins open. but his body was going one way and his arm was going another way and just wasn't able to find him. And Zach Taylor going to play conservative here and bring out Cade York for the field goal. Only a 4th and 3, 47-yard attempt. I think a lot of situations we would have seen Zach go for this. Instead, they bring out Cade York, and it is a mistake because he misfires. His first missed kick as a Cincinnati Bengal looked very similar to his missed extra point last week in Tennessee. Just hooked it left, and it never really had a chance. And it's no good, and the Bengals only have a 7-point lead here. So the kicking issues for the Bengals continue here in 2024. This time another miss, but Cade York is the kicker. I would have went, personally. Your offense is playing at an extremely high level. You really only have one bad play on the afternoon, and it was the run to the right there with Chase Brown that kind of got blown up, loss of 3. But all year long, we've seen Zach go for it in that situation. And I'm not sure if he was perhaps just kind of testing out Cade York, seeing what he had in him, which, there's nothing wrong with that. But if the Bengals are able to squeak into the playoffs, you would hope that McPherson is going to be able to be back by then. But regardless, that kick never had a chance. Wide left. And the Bengals feel like they're dominating this football game and only have a 1-possession lead, something we have seen multiple times this year. Now, obviously, it's still early. We're still in the first quarter. We'll get the clock updated here. Down to 1:15 to go here in the opening frame. Missed opportunity, though, for the Bengals. First missed opportunity of the afternoon. You've been playing great football. Can't let a special teams gaffe take away from that and change the momentum in this game. But we'll see. Cincinnati going to have to go out and get another stop on defense. All right. Drew says, how long was it? 47-yard. No good. Wide left. Looked very similar to the missed extra point last week late against Tennessee. All right, let's get Drew through the naughty or nice generator here. And we'll cut right to action here. Cleveland has it offensively. 1st and 10. Good starting field position here after the Cade York miss. DTR, play action. Bengals bringing some pressure. Not able to get home until they do. Chris Jenkins Jr. records a sack. How about the rookie making his presence felt early on here in this football game? DTR should have thrown that one away. Decided to stay in the pocket. Was not able to escape. Great job by the Bengals pass rush there. First time we've said that all season, it feels like. And they bring down the inexperienced quarterback in the backfield. Loss of 7. 2nd and 17 coming up. Thompson Robinson takes the snap, hands it off to his running back, who makes a nice move. Made Geno Stone look silly there as he just completely whiffed on the tackle. 3rd and 11 here. Type in those threes for us in the comments section. Pierre Strong Jr. on the carry for Cleveland. They don't need to run another play here before the end of the first quarter, and I doubt they will. They will not. So after 1, Cincinnati feels like they have dominated, but up 7-0 here at home. Way to help that old lady, Dangerous Drew. Santa will certainly add you to the nice list this year. Now, that's certainly very impactful. Congrats, Drew, for that. But you are now up to 12 entries. So that is a significant advantage on our stream today. And we got you in. 12 entries for you, Dangerous Drew. Appreciate you. All right, we'll take a peek here at what's going on in the chat. Appreciate all you guys hanging out. Tay, what's going on? John Benjamin Music. It's the first time we've seen you. Appreciate you. Jason Love, of course. Sylvain. Thuan. Burrow. CWT. Topher back again. Good question. Topher says, what we giving away today? Probably a good time to pop up our super chat menu. It's going to be a Bengals street sign. So the picture here is not the easiest to see, but it says Bengals Boulevard. Great for your man cave, office, bedroom perhaps. I'm going to be giving that away here at the end of our stream. $5 super chat gets you into that giveaway. Right now, a significant advantage for Dangerous Drew because he sent in a $20 super chat, which of course is 4 entries. But if you send in at least 15, you get your name run through the Naughty or Nice generator, and you can triple your entries if you're on the nice list. And that's exactly what Dangerous Drew was able to do. So he's got 12 entries, significant advantage for him. 3rd and 11 here. First play of the second quarter. We'll update the clock here in a moment. There's our super chat menu. DTR takes the snap, fires over the middle, passes behind his intended target. Nice job on the play by the rookie Josh Newton, getting the start as he has the past couple of weeks for the injured DJ Turner. Struggled in his first start against Pittsburgh, but has really settled in nicely ever since. Makes a nice play there on 3rd down, albeit a bad throw by DTR, but had some pretty good coverage there on Elijah Moore, and it will be 4th and 11 for Cleveland, and once again, they will be forced to punt. How about that? Cincinnati forcing 2 punts here within the first 16 minutes of game action. Williams back to receive, and he takes a hit immediately. Should have called for a fair catch there. Luckily, he was able to hang on to the football. Goes down at his own 25, and we'll see Joe Burrow and the Bengals offense, who have been on fire through 2 drives so far in this game, but unfortunately did not get any points last time out due to a missed 47-yard field goal from Cade York. Back-to-back 3-and-outs for this Cleveland offense. If you're just joining us, I was asking the chat during the pregame, we go with Jeudy here in fantasy, or do we go with Khalil Shakir of the Buffalo Bills? I was going to go with Jeudy. The chat told me to go with Shakir. I went with Shakir. So far, so good. Obviously, only a quarter of play, but they haven't even looked Freeze way so far in this game. Bengals will get it here at their own 26-yard line. Higgins subs into the game late. Some personnel confusion there from Cincinnati as Gesicki checks off the field. 13 seconds to go here on the shot clock. Chase Brown has been brilliant as well in this game. Here comes Jamar in motion. Burrow takes the snap, hands it off immediately to Chase Brown, who hits the hole but is met immediately by the interior of that Cleveland defensive line. Only a pickup of 1, 2nd and 9 coming up. Jarek says, is Jeudy playing? He is, but it certainly doesn't seem like he is at this point, given the lack of targets here. Burrow, 8 of 9 for 85 yards and a touchdown here to start the ball game. Joe takes the snap, fires quickly, And nice job getting it to T. Higgins, kind of working that same slant that we saw him run on the last possession, but Burrow did a nice job of throwing it to his back shoulder, so it kind of took him away from the hit there from the linebacker. Nice throw there by Joe. Sets up a 3rd and manageable. 3rd and 2. Type in those threes for us in the comment section. Tennessee has taken a 7-0 lead over the Colts. Very noteworthy. Bengals, of course, need the Colts to lose at least one more of their remaining 3 games. There's Burrow in an empty set. Cleveland brings 4. Burrow dancing in the pocket. Rolls out to his right. Looking, still looking, and just has to throw it away. Coverage sack there by the Cleveland defense. The Bengals are going to go 3 and out for their first time here this afternoon. Burrow signaling to Josivas after the play. Looked like he wanted Yoshi to work back towards the Cleveland sideline there. Obviously, the original play didn't go as planned, so Burrow goes into full scramble drill mode. And Yoshi kind of just sat down in that Cleveland zone and didn't work his way back towards his quarterback, who was rolling to his right. Been really pleased with what Yoshi has done so far this season for Cincinnati, but not his best rep there on 3rd down. Fair catch is called for by Cleveland at their own 22, and the Bengals defense will be forced back into action after the 3 and out from Joe Burrow and company. Easterwood says all of a sudden the offense is playing bad. Wouldn't say that. It was just 3 plays. I understand the frustration, Michael, of course. But just 3 plays there. You've had success running the ball all afternoon long. Chase Brown gets stopped there. You only pick up 1 on 1st down, so you're kind of in a bit of a tough spot there. But the 2nd down play was really nice. Beautiful throw to the back shoulder of T. Higgins there. Kind of turned him away from the hit. Wasn't quite able to pick up the 1st down. You're in a 3rd and short. A situation you feel great about with Joe Burrow as your quarterback. Nice job by Cleveland. You got to give Cleveland some credit there. This is a 3-11 football team that obviously is at the bottom of the league, but they got some dudes on defense now, and seems like they're settling into the game a little bit. Nice coverage sack for them, but Bengals defense forced back into action. This Cleveland offense hasn't been able to get anything going. I'm not exactly sure off the top of my head how many 1st downs they have, but not many. At all. Really, their highlight of the game was that 70-yard plus run from Jerome Ford on their first play from scrimmage. Cincinnati did a great job, though, of, bowing up at the goal line. Von Bell makes an incredible play, and that's the difference in this game so far. Got to think about giving Von Bell a game ball here at this point. Again, only a quarter plus of action to go, but incredible play by Von Bell. Dangerous Drew says they still got Myles, as in Myles Garrett. They do, but that is a good question because I have not called his name so far today. This Bengals offensive line is doing a tremendous job out there, particularly in the interior. A group that's been called out a lot this year with Volson and Kappa, but those guys are playing really well here to start this game. Hopefully that continues for the Bengals. All right, that is our Super Chat menu. Hopefully going to be raffling away a Bengals Street sign. It says Bengals Boulevard on it. Good for the man cave. Good for a room, office, whatever. Get it on the wall. Show your support for the Cincinnati Bengals. Going to be raffling that off at the end of our stream today. $5 Super Chat gets you in to that raffle. And $10 is going to bring back the candy toss. Send in the $10 Super Chat. We'll do a candy toss. If I catch it, nothing happens. If I don't, it's double the entries for you. $15 Super Chat. You go through the naughty or nice generator. If you're on the nice list, we triple your entries. Something that we have seen for Dangerous Drew so far this afternoon. 1st and 10. The give is to Jerome Ford to the right side. Nice job by Jordan Battle stepping up and making a tackle. Battle was one of the guys that took a bad angle on that first play from scrimmage for Cleveland. It was a big reason why Jerome Ford was able to take it all the way down to the Cincinnati 12. The Colts, by the way, have tied up the football game. I got you, Braden Lee. I see you. And another sack by Cincinnati. This time it's Trey Hendrickson, the second sack of the afternoon for this Bengals defense. And DTR looks a little bit lost out there on the football field. We questioned going into the game, was he really the right decision to start over Jameis Winston? I certainly didn't think so. And Kevin Stefanski and company paying the price here, but that's just Trey Hendrickson being brilliant there, coming in off the edge, delivering the hit on DTR. Another negative play for this Cleveland offense, forced by the Cincinnati Bengals defense. And just like that, it's another 3rd and a mile, this time 3rd and 16, and they only got 3 seconds on the play clock. DTR barely gets it off. Looking, fires over the middle. Pass incomplete. No flags on the play, and the Cincinnati Bengals defense forces their 3rd consecutive 3 and out. How about that? This is the best stretch that we have seen from this Bengals defense, arguably all season long. Granted, you're playing the Cleveland Browns, playing an inexperienced quarterback in Dorian Thompson-Robinson, but regardless, you're flying around making plays, getting some sacks and TFLs, something you really haven't been able to do since 2022, making some plays happen defensively. Here's the punt once again from Cleveland. Isaiah Williams has it, makes the first man miss, gets all the way out to midfield. Nice job by Williams catching that punt on the run. Always very, very difficult to do. Made the first guy miss, got all the way out to midfield. That's a crucial play there on the special teams by Isaiah Williams. If that ball bounces, more than likely that's going back near the 20 or so yard line, but nice job by him. All right, see if this Bengals offense, after this 3 and out, can make something happen offensively. In the meantime, though, we're going to give a shout-out to our friends over at Game Time, because today's live stream watch party is presented by Game Time. Game Time is focused on togetherness this holiday season. That means you bring people together at live events. The experience is that much better, and it's the perfect gift. Game Time is a new feature called Game Time Picks that makes getting tickets to see your favorite teams play live even easier. Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats, so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. Game Time Picks is the easiest way to find and buy tickets to live events. Still one home game left for the Cincinnati Bengals next week against the Denver Broncos. Would really encourage you guys to get over to Game Time, check out some of their deals, and ultimately get the best deals possible and see the Cincinnati Bengals play at home one final time here in 2024. My 2 favorite features on Game Time: the seat views. Get a panoramic view from your seat in the app before you buy with Game Time. Secondly, the event cancellation protection. You're going to a concert, the artist cancels on you, that's fine. Game Time is going to get you your money back. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. But again, create an account, redeem code CHATSPORTS for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Time's it. It's game time. Also, folks, if you follow me over on Twitter, you follow me over on Twitter, and that is a free entry for you into our raffle giveaway. So I've got my phone pulled up here. Again, Tim, appreciate you being a mod for us. We'll definitely get you some raffle entries for doing that for us. Means a lot. Appreciate you, Tim. All right, here we go. Cincinnati with the football at midfield. Cleveland brings 4. Burrow, quick pass out to his left. Mike Gesicki was his first reception of the afternoon. Pick up a 5. 2nd and 5 coming up. Good to get Gesicki involved here. Really, when you talk about the offense, there's a lot of good things to say about a lot of people. I know last week they didn't have their best performance, obviously. I think Gesicki's been a real hit for you in free agency as well. Just the defensive side of the ball that obviously is really holding you back here this season. Burrow will go under center here for 2nd and 5. 11 minutes to go in the half. Play action. Gets rid of it quickly. Throws to Jamar Chase. Oh, what a catch by Chase. And he ducks the tackle. Makes the guy miss. Down at the Cleveland 31-yard line. Oh, my goodness, Jamar Chase. Great job by Joe Burrow getting rid of this football as he was under siege. But Jamar reels this in with one hand and then ducks the tackle and gets a couple of extra yards. Incredible. Best receiver in the National Football League. No doubt about it. My goodness. What an athlete. 1st and 10 at the Cleveland 34. Burrow looks left, works his way back towards midfield, steps in the pocket as he has been doing all season long, and finds Yoshi for the first time today. 1st down, Cincinnati. Bengals getting into some other weapons here on this drive. A catch from Gesicki on the first play. Now a catch from Yoshi over the middle. We've seen Burrow be so dangerous this season when he has the ability to step up in the pocket. That's what he did there, was kind of throwing on the run and throws a seed to his second-year receiver out of Princeton. 9 minutes, 45 seconds to go here in the half. Bengals in the game-time red zone. They give it to Chase Brown here on 1st and 10, and he picks up 6. Burrow takes the snap, looks right, fires over the middle, finds T. Higgins. He's going to be tackled short of the line to gain. It's going to be 3rd and 1 here at the Cleveland 11-yard line inside the game-time red zone. We'll update the clock here. 8 minutes, 45 seconds to go in the half. Need points here. Absolutely no doubt about it. You've absolutely dominated this football game, and you only have a 7-point advantage. Here's Burrow. Gesicki comes in motion. They'll hand it off to Chase Brown, and he's got the 1st down. Pick up a 4 on 3rd down. Type in those ones for us in the comments section. I just have a lot of confidence in the short yardage being able to give it to him. And he's going to be able to pick up a 1st down. The Bengals go quickly to the line here, but Burrow's going to slow it down, change the play at the line of scrimmage. Plenty of time on the play clock, still 20 seconds. At the Cleveland 6-yard line, 1st and goal. Jamar looks like he's in a one-on-one situation here. Cleveland simulating some pressure. They're going to sag off, not bring it. Burrow escapes the pocket once again, fires across his body, and he had Jamar open but wasn't able to get it to him. Looked like he may have had a defender in his face that he was trying to sidearm that football around. Regardless, it's a little bit low and outside of Jamar. Falls to the ground for an incompletion. 2nd and goal coming up. And that's a great job there by Jamar. I think his route was supposed to work towards the middle of the field, but he saw Burrow rolling out to his left because he was under siege, and yeah, Burrow gets drilled as he threw that. So I wouldn't call that a miss there at all by Joe Burrow. Had a guy right in his face. Here's 2nd and goal. Yoshi comes in motion. Burrow looks to the right, fires to the right in traffic. Nearly intercepted by Cleveland as T. Higgins took a massive shot there. Got sandwiched by 2 defenders right at the goal line. Luckily for Burrow, it was not intercepted. And now we have a 3rd and goal situation from the 6. Yeah, I don't know if Burrow saw the linebacker come back across the formation there. I don't think he saw him at all. I think that's a mistake there by Burrow. His 1st of the afternoon. Devin Bush just kind of worked his way back towards Higgins there right on the goal line. I don't think Burrow ever saw him. Here we go. 3rd and goal from the 6. Cleveland once again only brings 4. Burrow fires over the middle, wide open once again. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Andre Yosevich this time, who has been a huge red zone threat for the Bengals all season long, cashes in once again, and it's 13-0 Cincinnati. Got to give a lot of credit there to the offensive line. Burrow just hung in there in the pocket, did not try to escape at all on that play. Worked through his progression and found Yoshi over the middle for the touchdown. Here's the extra point from York. It is up. It is good. And it is 14-0 Bengals here in the second quarter. Bengals look elite right now. They look like a playoff team. No doubt about that. Granted, you're playing Cleveland. I understand that, but this team's locked in. All right, I do want to bring this up to you guys. We had about 800 people or so in the chat. Chat Sports will be live for all of these college football playoff games. We've been live all weekend long. Tom Downey was hosting last night. I was producing for him for the Ohio State-Tennessee game and also the Clemson-Texas game before that. We're going to continue to be live for all of these games. Hopefully, we get some better games, as they kind of all were stinkers, unfortunately. Friday night and then yesterday on Saturday. But, as I mentioned, we'll be live for all of them. Don't want to miss out on any of our coverage. Hit that sub button for our main Chat Sports YouTube channel that is up around 390, I think like 390,000 subscribers, something like that. And I just put that link to subscribe to our main channel in the chat. I'll put that in there a couple more times. So if you're looking for something to do, a stream to tap into during some of these CFP games, we've got you covered here at Chat Sports. We're going to have a variety of different people hosting. Unfortunately, it will not be me. I will not be hosting any of them. I might have to be a producer for some more in the future. Probably that Rose Bowl game, if I had to guess, on January 1st between Ohio State and Oregon. But would really encourage you guys to get over and subscribe to our main channel for some CFP coverage. All right, we had some super chats we got to get to here in a moment. Our first super chat of the afternoon from Matt. Says, "Hooday, keep it up, Bengals, an awesome channel, Stone." I always appreciate Matt. Matt is a loyal viewer, watcher of what we do here at Bengals Breakdown. Always hangs out with us when he can in the comments section, and is always generous and sends some super chats our way as well. So, thanks to all this super chat activity, we're up to 85 so far on the afternoon. So, Matt, that is 4 entries for you. And we will run you through our naughty or nice generator and see if you are going to be tripling those entries or not. Here's Jerome Ford, brings back the kick and is met by Travion Williams. I see you, Travion. Gets tackled short of the 20-yard line, and DTR is going to be faced with a long field here. So 3-man route here on the touchdown play. Had Higgins and Chase lined up on the outside with Yoshi in the slot. And just works his way right over to the soft spot of that zone. Burrow knew he was going to him. Finds him. Fires. Gave him a nice strike. Hit him right in the chest. Bengals are up 14-0. 1st and 10. Thompson Robinson throws a little screen pass here to Strong Jr. and is tackled on the play by Muma Jong-Maeda. First time we've called his name as a linebacker so far this afternoon. I came on here, I said I'd really like to see him get some more defensive reps. It's been great for you special teams-wise. You've had shaky linebacker play at best. He was elite in the preseason. Why not throw him out there and see what he can do? Makes a nice play on the running back Strong Jr. on the screenplay. Going to be second and long here for Cleveland. Second and 8. 6 minutes, 40 seconds to go here in the half. Quarterback run. He's got some space. Best play of the day so far for Dorian Thompson-Robinson as he picks up about 13 or 14 yards. A little read option there with the running back. DTR held onto it, took off up the middle. And nice job by the Cleveland offensive line there, making some blocks, creating an alleyway for him. McKinley Jackson was not able to shed his block, third-round pick out of A&M. And Jermaine Pratt was able to bring him to the ground. And the second down play is my TV buffered here. Looks like Mike Hilton coming off the edge once again. My goodness, Mike Hilton. His second TFL of the game. And Hilton's going to be a free agent at the end of the season. If he keeps finishing strong over these next couple of games, you might have to bring him back. He's been a great piece for you defensively over the past few years. Quick throw here on 2nd and 18. First time we have called Jerry Jeudy's name all game long as he hauls it in for a 5-yard reception. So we get down to 5 minutes here in the first half. All right, time to run Matt through the naughty or nice generator. Matt, 2 words, nice list. Mother Teresa has nothing on you, Matt. That's more like it. Matt was getting put on the naughty list last week. Makes no sense. Here's the 3rd and 12 here by Cincinnati. DTR escapes, rolls to his right, under siege. He's going to take off. He's got a long way to go. And Trey Hendrickson brings him down near the Bengals sideline after a pickup of only 4. And Cleveland, once again, will have to send the punting unit out on the field. Well, I guess that wasn't a 3 and out. Third consecutive punt, though, for Cleveland. Forgot Thompson-Robinson picked up that first down with his legs. Here's another punt from Cleveland. Isaiah Williams once again back to receive. He will not call a fair catch. He makes a move. Another nice return from Isaiah Williams out past the 32-yard line. That's where we will see Joe Burrow and company. The Bengals have 2 timeouts, 3 minutes, 51 seconds remaining. All right, so Matt gets his entries tripled, so he is up to 15, or 12, excuse me. 12 entries for Matt, and we have another super chat we got to get to here. Bear with me as I get set up for that. Love to see Cincinnati go down and score another touchdown. No reason to mess around here. Let's finish the quarter strong, go into halftime up 21-0. Come out in the third quarter, get a couple more scores, get all the starters out of there, and get ready for a big one, a banger, at home next week hosting the Denver Broncos. But obviously still tons of time left here in this game. Michael Easterwood with a $15 super chat. Appreciate that, Michael. 5 likes away, by the way, from 200. Let's knock that out here real quick. All right, Michael. So that is Michael already has an entry, but he's going to get 3 more. And we will put you through. See if you're going to get 9 more as opposed to 3 more. Burrow and the offense back out on the field. Here's Joe under pressure, and he's going to go. Oh, he somehow gets it out to Drew Sample. They called him Houdini on Hard Knocks, and that was a full Houdini display there by Joe Burrow. I thought for sure he was going down. Shakes out a 3 would-be sacks. Nice block there right at the end by center Ted Karras, who just ate a guy. And he somehow is able to pitch it out to Drew Sample as he is going down. Unbelievable. Burrow's going to hand it off to Chase Brown here on first down. Pickup of 3 or 4 for Chase. I mean, that's just, sometimes you're just in awe watching this guy play quarterback. It's unbelievable. Obviously has dealt with injuries in the past, had the calf to start last year, and then, of course, coming back from the serious knee injury kind of prohibited his ability to move around too much. But this is what Joe Burrow does. And it's great to have him healthy this year, knock on wood, of course, but unbelievable. 15 and 19, a 145, 2 tuds. MVP level stuff. Going to be a flag here, probably going to be a false start here on Cincinnati. While we talk about that penalty, it is Michael. You got dissed. Santa noticed that red stapler you stole from your coworker's office desk last month. No additional entries for Michael, apparently, allegedly, on the naughty list. Second and 12 after the false start penalty from Kappa. Burrow going to hand it off here to Chase Brown. Brown's brought pressure there. Only a 4-yard pickup there by Chase. And this is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Bengals have 2 timeouts. Looking to try to add to their lead here before the end of the first half. Indianapolis, by the way, has taken the lead, 14-7 over Tennessee. I believe Mason Rudolph is in playing quarterback. I don't know if he got the start. I would assume he did, but I'm not positive. All right. This clock updated here. At the 2-minute warning here in Cincinnati. If you get points, even if it's a field goal, if you get points on this drive, you say, that's pretty much close to a perfect first half, especially given the way the season has gone to this point. You really don't have any room to sit there and be nitpicky. Defense is playing great. I understand they're playing Cleveland. I understand Dorian Thompson-Robinson's playing quarterback, but got to give them credit where it's due. It's still a professional football team they're out there competing against. And they've been really, really good. Renee says she liked and sub. I appreciate that, Renee. Let's see what we're at here from a like perspective. Up to 206. Got close to 700 people locked in with us here at Bengals Breakdown. Keep hitting that thumbs up icon. Always going for that 50-50 like ratio. Should be approaching the 400 like total here at this point with about close to 700 people watching. So would appreciate you guys hitting that thumbs up icon. Bengals up 14-0 at home against the Cleveland Browns. And obviously still 2 minutes to go, but barring a turnover, I think this is probably one of the best, most complete halves of football they've put together here in 2024. Obviously, we've seen the offense be brilliant for most of the season. But as far as the defense showing up, holding up their end of the bargain, that's what you're seeing here this afternoon against Cleveland. Michael says they are on the schedule. We need to win every game on the schedule we can. Absolutely. If you play like this, again, I feel like a broken record here. I'm going to continue to say it. I understand you're playing Cleveland. I understand Story and Thompson Robinson, but regardless, you keep playing like this, you're going to win out. It's just a matter of if you catch the breaks that you need to across the rest of the league. Third and 7 for Burrow and the offense. Empty set here. Here comes Chase Brown. Slides back in for some protection. Cleveland simulating pressure. They once again sag off here. Burrow with time, stepping up in the pocket, can run for it if he wants to, and he will. And he gets down. He keeps going near field goal range. Gets up and signals that first down. I see you, Joey Burrow. First down, Bengals. Clock will continue to run here. 1:40 to go in the half. Bengals do have 2 timeouts here. First time we've seen Burrow take off so far in this game. Uses his legs, gets the first down, and doesn't slide either. Picks up some additional yardage. And the first down play is blown up by Myles Garrett. First time we have called his name here this afternoon. He drops Joe Burrow in the backfield. It's going to be a significant loss here on first down. The clock is still running. Zach Taylor has not opted to use a timeout. It will be a loss of 8. 2nd and 18 here. We've seen Garrett line up in multiple different spots. This time he got matched up with Cody Ford at that left tackle position. Cody Ford's been great for you all afternoon long, but he gets beat there by one of the best defensive players in the National Football League. That's just going to happen. Myles Garrett is going to get his from time to time. You got to do a nice job of limiting him, making sure he doesn't wreck the ball game. And Cincinnati has done a good job of that here this afternoon. And Joe Burrow is having a laugh about it as well. He understands that it was only a matter of time before Myles Garrett was going to get one of those. Bengals call timeout here. 52 seconds left in the half. Bengals down to 1 timeout. We update the clock here. Cincinnati has it. 2nd and 18 at the Cleveland 45. Again, looking for at least a field goal attempt here from Cincinnati. And Amarius Mims looks like he's getting into it with Frank Pollock, the offensive line coach. That was on the sideline, but it looks like Mims is back in at that right tackle position for Cincinnati. Once again, Cleveland simulating pressure. This time they bring it. Burrow's got to get rid of it quickly, and he's just going to throw this one away. We've seen Cleveland and Jim Schwartz show that look here from time to time, and they've always sagged off. This time they bring it. Probably a good time to do so on 2nd and a mile. And now it's 3rd and a mile here, and you're really just trying to get into field goal range and give Cade York an opportunity to add some more points to the board here. Braden says, I think Cade is our future kicker if Evan get traded. Well, they signed him to an extension this offseason. They're not trading. Jordan Hicks was there to apply pressure on Joe Burrow. Hicks, of course, a Lakota West graduate. Here's Burrow, quick pass to Chase Brown, and he's going to get tackled after a pickup of 4. And now you're kind of in no man's land. Cincinnati wanted an unsportsmanlike penalty on Cleveland after the whistle. They're not going to get it. It's 4th and 14. Cleveland still has all of their timeouts, but they're not going to call them. And I think that's what Joe Burrow's talking about with Zach Taylor. I'm not sure why Cleveland would not call a timeout here. I mean, what are they doing? I mean, if you're Zach Taylor, you call timeout here, and then you throw a Hail Mary. And they are going to call timeout. If Cleveland just screwed that up, that is one of the dumbest things I've ever seen. The clock was running after the 3-yard completion to Chase Brown, brought up a 4th and 14 for Cincinnati at the Cleveland 41. So it would be a 58-yard field goal. You're not going to send Cade York out there and attempt a 58-yard field goal. But the Browns have all 3 timeouts and refuse to call one. The Bengals pop off a timeout with 3 seconds left, and now you would think they're going to throw a Hail Mary or kick a long field goal, something that wouldn't have happened if Stefanski would have just called a timeout. And now they're going to send out Cade York. What just an idiot decision by Kevin Stefanski not to call a timeout. It will be a 59-yard attempt. York, of course, missed from 47 earlier in the game, looking for a little redemption here. I would assume this would be a career long, but I do not know. Ryan Rico will hold it. Cal Adamitis will snap it. Again, if Stefanski calls a timeout here, I don't think Cincinnati is attempting this. And now Stefanski's going to call it, try to ice him. I mean, Stefanski, this guy that's won Coach of the Year twice, and that was some JV stuff there by Stefanski. Typical Cleveland behavior, I'll call it. So here we go. 3 seconds left. Cade York will attempt a 59-yard field goal. Stefanski could theoretically burn another timeout here. And here is York, 59 yards. Rico is planted at midfield. Here is Cade York. The kick is up. The line is good. Does he have the leg? He does! Cade York hits from 59 yards, makes up for his miss earlier in the half. And that is fully on the shoulders of Kevin Stefanski. I'm not too sure Zach Taylor attempts that if Stefanski calls a timeout, and that just barely had enough to get over that crossbar and go in. Zach Taylor's loving it, and Cincinnati takes a 17-0 lead to halftime. How about that? Basically a flawless first half there by Cincinnati. Awesome kick there by Cade York. All right, we'll get update here on the clock. Again, Super Chat menu. Did I miss one? I don't believe so. Up to $85 in Super Chats on the afternoon. Appreciate everyone that has contributed. Giving away a Bengals street sign. At the end of the stream here. $5 Super Chat gets you into that raffle. Also bring back the candy toss. $10 Super Chat. We'll throw up a gummy bear. If I catch it, nothing happens. If I don't, it's double your entries. Also doing the naughty or nice list. Again, you send in at least a $15 Super Chat. We will run you through the naughty or nice simulator. And if you're on the nice list, that will triple your entry. So Dangerous Drew has already reaped the benefits of that here this afternoon. All right, so we'll update this. Bengals up 17-0 at the break. And they are going to get the ball first to start the second half as well. And in the meantime, you guys can grade the Bengals' performance so far in this game, A, B, C, D, or F. Let me know in the comment section. This, for me, is an A+. First time I've ever said that all season long. But you're up 17-0. Could you be up more? Yeah, maybe. York missed the field goal, but he just absolutely made up for it. Just banged a 59-yarder. Michael Easterwood says A-. Jeff says Houday. Appreciate you, Jeff. Thanks for stopping by. Tim Tyra says A+ in the comment section. I would agree. Tim, once again, thanks for being our moderator here this afternoon, helping us take control of some of those bots. Derek Young says A+ as well. CWT says A+. Aiden Miller says A-. Christina Lake says A+. The Panda says, is there still hope for the playoffs? Absolutely, there is still hope. I think that's a good time to can you elaborate on that, Contreras? You said, so no one saw Mims push something. Yeah, I did see Amarius Mims getting heated on the sideline there with Frank Pollock and then maybe even Zach Taylor. Not sure exactly what was the reasoning behind that. But anyway. The Jets have a 9-6 lead over the Rams. Eagles have a 21-14 lead over the Commanders. Falcons have a 17-7 lead over the Giants. Panthers are up 20-10, but the Cardinals are in striking distance. And unfortunately, the Titans are down 24-7. The Lions are down 20-7. So going back to the question about the playoffs, CWT said Mims cursed out Pollock and then looked like he shoved him. Well, that's certainly not good if that is the case. I did see a heated exchange, certainly on the sideline, involving Amarius Mims. So if more information comes out on that, we certainly will elaborate on it. But what does Cincinnati need? Talked about this in our pregame show, but we will kind of go back through this once again here at halftime. Bengals, of course, need to win out. If they don't win out, none of this means anything. But 17-0 at halftime over Cleveland. Fair to still have optimism that they're going to be able to get that done. Denver, meanwhile, needs to lose out. But you play Denver next week. So if you win out, that would obviously mean you're going to beat Denver next week, which is another loss. However, Denver plays Kansas City the final week of the season. Kansas City beat Houston yesterday. Unfortunately, I was kind of hoping Houston would win that game. So if Kansas City can beat Pittsburgh next week, they will have the number 1 seed locked up, which means that they're not going to play Mahomes, Kelsey, none of their starters against Denver week 18. And Denver's going to have a situation when they're at home, win to get in against the Chiefs' backups. So you would hope Pittsburgh gets the job done next week if you're the Cincinnati Bengals. So we're going to be rooting for Pittsburgh next week, believe it or not. But that in itself is not enough. Bengals need the Dolphins to lose at least one more game. They play the 49ers later this afternoon, the 4:25 late afternoon slot. Certainly could see that happening. But the Colts also need to lose a football game, and they currently have a 24-7 lead over the lowly Tennessee Titans. That certainly is an issue. Just check here. I know the Colts have the Jaguars once. It might be the Titans twice. Let me just check at this. No. Sorry. So they got the Titans today, and then the Giants next week, and then the Jaguars at home to end. So they're going to be favored. They were favored today. They're going to be favored in the next 2 games as well. Hopefully they can slip up one time for Cincinnati. We'll see. So definitely a lot needs to happen for the Bengals. Still very much alive at this point. And we'll see. So still some life, but obviously need a lot of stuff to go their way here over the next couple of weeks. But regardless, they're going to be, if they win today, of course, up 17-0 at half, they're going to be alive going into the game with Denver next week. So it's going to be a massive game at home. Crowd should be going absolutely bonkers. Should be a great game. City should be on fire for that. So, we'll see. But regardless, next week going to be a massive game. All right, got another super chat to get to here. Irving says send Joe to at least the Pro Bowl. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, unfortunate. Hopefully he's in the playoffs at that point. But, yeah, I mean, clearly a Pro Bowler at this point. Again, he'll get some MVP votes. Would I vote for him for the MVP? Maybe. I obviously don't have an MVP vote, but I would consider that voting for him. Obviously in the past, if you're on a team that's not a playoff team, you're not going to win any of those big awards. But I don't know. I think he definitely, if Jake Browning, who's a good backup, if he was playing all year for Cincinnati, with the Bengals, they would have 1 win, 2 wins maybe. It would be that bad. So I think that kind of defines most valuable player, right? But certainly Josh Allen, what he's doing in Buffalo is absolutely exceptional. So don't want to take anything away from him. If Allen balls out, and he's got a favorable schedule here, he plays New England twice. If he continues to ball out over the next 3 weeks, it's his award, especially considering that he's on one of the best teams as well. So, again, he deserves some votes. He'll get some votes, but probably not enough to bring it home. All right, got another super chat to get to here. I have to reset our link. Keep the grades coming again. Probably an A+ for me. First time this year. Appreciate the kind words from Eli. Says keep up the good work. Love the channel. Appreciate that. Means a lot, Eli. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for hanging out. We will be live over the course of the next 2 weeks as well. Saturday kick to, next week when the Bengals take on the Broncos. We'll be live for that. Also the finale in Week 18. Against the Pittsburgh Steelers, we will be live for that as well. Pyro says A- would be an A+ if they scored on their second drive. Yeah, that's when Cade York missed the field goal. $47-yarder, but he did make up for it with the 59-yarder that he hit. Michael says, how many entries do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 entries for you, Michael Easterwood. Josh says, no losing record team will have a player win MVP. I would agree, unfortunately. But Bengals went out, they're 9-8. Which obviously is a winning record, but a lot to ask for at this point. All right, 242 likes. Got to at least double that. Let's get to 500. That's the goal the rest of the way, 500 likes. Got 570 people hanging out with us here right now. So if you all hit the thumbs up icon, or I guess the half of you that haven't done so, we'd be right there. That is our goal here at Bengals Breakdown, 500 likes. Up to $87 in Super Chats as well. Going to be giving away a Bengals street marker, street sign at the end of our stream here this afternoon as well. And it looks like we are just about ready for the second half here in Cincinnati. The Bengals, Joe Burrow and company, will get the ball first, trying to add to their 17-0 lead. Kick is away for Cleveland. And the Bengals will return it. It is Jermaine Burton who has it. Goes past his own 20 and gets tackled at his own 24. Made the first guy miss, but ultimately got tackled. Amarius Mims is checking back into the game here, by the way, for Cincinnati. So if there was a scuffle or whatever, it appears as though that has been resolved. Again, Twitter follow is a free entry into our raffle at StoneShields _ on Twitter. Got it pulled up here. So if you follow me on Twitter, it's a free raffle entry. Here's Burrow on 1st and 10. Fires over the middle. Pass is caught by T. Higgins, who gets sandwiched by a pair of Browns defenders. And he is a little bit slow to get up, but it will be a pickup of about 7. 2nd and 3 coming up here for Cincinnati. This first half has been all Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Chase Brown. We'll see if that is going to be the offense of the future for Cincinnati. Certainly no Burrow, Brown, and Chase will be. Obviously, the big question this offseason is going to be what happens with T. Higgins. Here's Chase Brown on 2nd and 2, and he's going to get bottled up right at the line of scrimmage. Bengals are going to be faced with a 3rd down here on their opening possession of the second half. I believe this is only their 5th offensive possession of the ball game. So really some long, sustained drives by this Bengals team. Had success running the football. Obviously, that leads to a lot of running clock. Ball hasn't hit the ground much either in the passing game, and it was a relatively quick first half. 3rd and 3 here for Burrow. Empty set for Zach Taylor's offense. Brown's bringing pressure. Myles Garrett's unblocked, but Burrow gets it out quickly to Chase Brown in the flat. He's got 4 yards. That's enough for another Cincinnati first down. Type those ones for us into the comment section. Ashley said she just subscribed. Appreciate that, Ashley. Says go Bengals. Who dey? We will be live for the next 2 Bengals games as well here at the channel. 13 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Pistol look here for Cincinnati. Here comes Mike Gesicki in motion. 1 catch on the afternoon for the Bengals tight end. Play fake to Chase Brown. Burrow steps up in the pocket, rolling to his right, being chased by Myles Garrett, and he's going to step out of bounds, pick up 3 yards, and that's got to be a late hit, but no penalty there. Myles Garrett tackles Joe Burrow out of bounds. He clearly had given himself up. I think Mahomes would have got a flag there. We'll take another look at this. It's technically not a foul if Burrow is still in the field of play. Oh, that's close. And his full body lands on Burrow. Come on. Mahomes is getting that call. Yeah, I mean, that's a foul. That's a foul. Lots of other quarterbacks get that call. Luckily, Burrow wasn't hurt. That's a massive human being who landed right on top of him. But Burrow pops up, gets right back to work, hands it off to Chase Brown on 2nd and 7, who gets about half of it. Bengals going to be forced to face another 3rd down here on their opening possession of the second half. Michael says the more he sees Brown, the more impressed he is. Absolutely. Obviously, you hope Zach Moss is going to be all right, be able to return next year after that neck injury. But in a lot of ways, I think this is kind of a blessing in disguise because it has led to more reps for Chase Brown, more opportunity, and he's delivered. 3rd and 4. Burrow once again, empty set. 5 receivers lined up. Browns bring pressure again. Burrow, quick pass to the boundary and miscommunication there with T. Higgins. Higgins continued his route downfield. Burrow through the back shoulder. Quarterback and receiver were absolutely not on the same page there. It's going to be 4th and 4 here, and I think Zach Taylor probably just going to punt this one away. One-on-one on the outside there. T. Higgins was matched up with Denzel Ward, who's an absolutely unbelievable football player. Browns brought the pressure. Burrow got rid of it quickly. And here's some frustration from Burrow on the sidelines. I haven't seen that yet this afternoon. Here's the punt from Ryan Rico. Lands at the 15, and it's picked up by Cleveland. And DJ Ivey there to make the tackle. Probably a good decision there by the Cleveland returner. Decided to field it after the first bounce to prevent it from being down inside the 10 or 15-yard line for Cleveland. But there is a penalty flag here on the play. We'll check the marker. The official signaling it could potentially be against Cincinnati, pointing in that direction. He's going to go over and have a talk with Kevin Stefanski on the sideline here. You might be looking at multiple penalties here on this play. So I believe someone stepped out of bounds. And Stefanski either had the opportunity to enforce that penalty on the end of the return or have Cincinnati re-kick it. He goes with the re-kick option. So it was a solid punt there from Rico, but he's going to have to do it over here on 4th and 9. 11:20 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Michael says Brown has to be the featured back next season. Yeah, absolutely no doubt about that. Certainly has played his way into that role. Notice how at the beginning of the year, everybody was, lamenting the fact that Joe Mixon is no longer with the team, which I miss Joe Mixon, as does most Bengals fans. But as Chase Brown has started to turn up here in recent weeks, that talk has kind of simmered down a little bit. So re-kick here from Cincinnati after a member of their special teams unit ran out of bounds on the last punt. Here we go. Battle signals for the snap. Rico boots it away. Let's see how this one is. Not as good of a kick, and this one's going to be returnable. Returned at the 17 by Cleveland and taken out near the 25. Tackled on the play by Shaka Hayward. So a good decision there by Stefanski to go for the re-kick. Browns get a little bit better field position here, and we will see Dorian Thompson-Robinson, who stays in the game at quarterback for Cleveland. And while they go to break, gives us a good time to give a shout-out to our friends over at Game Time. Today's live stream watch party is presented by Game Time. Game Time is focused on togetherness this holiday season. That means when you bring people together at live events, the experience is that much better, and it's the perfect gift. Game Time has a new feature called Game Time Picks that makes getting tickets to see your favorite teams play live even easier. Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats, so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. Game Time Picks is the easiest way to find and buy tickets to live events. Still, one more opportunity to check out the Cincinnati Bengals live in person at Paycor Stadium. Last chance to do that is next week when the Bengals host the Cleveland Browns, and which should be a banger. If you hold on and win this game, you still will have a chance, theoretically, to make the postseason. So the jungle should be hopping next Saturday afternoon. Head on over to Game Time, get the best deals possible. My two favorite features on Game Time: the seat views. Get a panoramic view from your seat in the app before you buy with Game Time. Secondly, the event cancellation protection. You go to a concert, the artist, they cancel on you, it's fine. Game Time isn't going to screw you over. They're going to give you your money back in the form of a refund with their event cancellation protection. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, redeem code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code CHATSPORTS for $20 off. Download Game Time today. What time is it? It's game time. Appreciate you, Tim, being our moderator. Jonathan Taylor is going absolutely berserk for Indianapolis, which is bad for the Bengals because the Colts have a 31-14 lead. Or, excuse me, 31-7 lead. It's bad for me because I'm playing against him in fantasy, and he's got 34.5 points. Brutal. All right, here's the first down play by Cleveland. Read option here with DTR, and I believe that is Jerome Ford in the game at running back. Bengals bottle that up. Tackle made at the line of scrimmage. Second and long coming up. Mike Hilton's been brilliant again today. Second elite game in a row for the Bengals veteran at that nickel spot. Cleveland's still alive here, technically speaking. Here's Dorian Thompson-Robinson, tosses it out into the flat. He's got his tight end, David Njoku, but guess who? Mike Hilton is there to make the stop after only a pickup of 3, and it will be 3rd and 6 for Cleveland. Type in those 3s for us into the comments section. I'm with you, Michael. Michael says Colts will lose at least one more. I agree. They win today, they got to drop one to either the Giants or the Jaguars. 3rd and 6 for the Cincinnati defense. See if they can't get off the field once again. Anarumo brings some pressure, not able to get home initially. DTR rolls out. He's going to throw across his body. Dangerous throw, but the pass is caught. Tackled on the play by Akeem Davis-Gaither. Jerome Ford brought it down. Really nice play there by DTR. Could have been disastrous as he threw all the way across his body there. Something, obviously, as a quarterback, you're told never to do. But when you're down 17-0, you got to get a little risky. That's exactly what he did. And he was matched up with the linebacker there. Ford makes a nice play. Got to tip your cap there to Cleveland. 1st and 10. Play fake. Thompson-Robinson dumps it off into the flat once again to the tight end Njoku. And Jermaine Pratt is there to make the tackle after a pickup of about 6. 9 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter, and the clock's running. And wide receiver screen here, and the Browns are not able to execute it. And Jerry Jeudy's getting a little chippy after the play. Some pushing and shoving. Not exactly sure who was matched up on Jeudy. Not a bad ball there by DTR, but the receiver just dropped it. Went to his man in the slot here. And you know what? Mike Hilton may have got a fingertip on that. He probably did because he's been absolutely everywhere. It looks like Cam Taylor-Britt and Jerry Jeudy with a little extracurricular activity there after the whistle. No penalties, though. 3rd and 4. Probably 4-down territory here for Cleveland. And DTR wants to run. He will. Does he have enough space to get there? He lowers his shoulder and is able to pick it down. Or pick it up, rather. Lowers his shoulder on Jermaine Pratt. And as long as he didn't step out, actually that was Jordan Battle. Kind of took a wicked shot there to the helmet. I think there was some built-up frustration there on that run from DTR. Hasn't had anything going his way here. Just kind of recklessly lowers his helmet, but enough to pick up the 1st down. He got the best of Jordan Battle on that play. Under 8 to go here in the 3rd quarter. The Browns finally putting together something offensively as they trickle their way in towards Cincinnati territory. Another quarterback run. What in the world was that? Looked like I was supposed to be a quarterback run, and then DTR changed his mind, peeled back out, and then tried to chuck it sidearm onto the run to Elijah Moore and just completely missed him. Second down coming up. In Atlanta, Matthew Judon gets a pick six against the Giants, I believe. That is Atlanta's second defensive touchdown of the afternoon. Jesse Bates, former Bengal, of course, had one earlier on in the game. And I guess the Giants are doing their best SMU impression after yesterday. Here's DTR, fires over the middle, pass is caught again by the tight end, nearly broken up. Not exactly sure how Njoku held on to that. Surprised Akeem Davis-Gaither didn't get flagged for taunting there, because he stood up and kind of looked down at Njoku, kind of flexed on him, something we've seen be flagged in the past. But got to give credit to this officiating crew. They're letting some things go here. Didn't call the late hit on Burrow. There was also another borderline late hit by Cincinnati that was not called either. They don't call the soft taunting penalty there, so I'll take it as long as they're consistent. 3rd and 4 here. Type in those threes. Bengals only bring 3. Thompson Robinson, quick pass. Incomplete. Intended for Jerry Jeudy. Marco Wilson in coverage for the Bengals, and Jeudy is frustrated, and there is going to be a late flag here. Jeudy shakes his head. I think it was pretty clearly DPI, according to Jeudy. We'll take another look at this. First time we've called Marco Wilson's name. Wilson, of course, played his college ball at Florida. Was picked up by the Bengals a couple of weeks ago off the Patriots practice squad. Zach Taylor's animated. He doesn't like the call. We have yet to see a replay here. But regardless, it's going to be a first down for Cleveland. And this by far has been their best drive of the ball game. Thompson Robinson goes under center here for this first down snap. Play fake. Bengals bring pressure, nearly able to get home, but they drop a screen for Njoku. He's breaking tackles. He's got space. He's rumbling and stumbling towards the end zone. Finally taken down at the Bengals 6-yard line by Jermaine Pratt. Cleveland's biggest play offensively, most explosive play offensively in this game. And it's going to be a first and goal opportunity for the Browns. This game is not quite over yet. The Bengals have dominated for the majority of this afternoon, but Cleveland putting some things together here on this possession. Bengals blitzed, and Stefanski had the perfect play call lined up for it. You got a screen call when they blitz and you get that ball out, it's usually going to be a big-time play. Here's the first and goal handoff to Jerome Ford. He gets about halfway home. Down inside the Cincinnati Bengals 5-yard line. 2nd and goal coming up inside the game time red zone. Second and goal, they'll run it again up the middle, and it's Jerome Ford, and he's going to go into the end zone untouched. Touchdown, Cleveland. Sigh of relief from Ken Dorsey, Browns offensive coordinator. They are finally on the board. Like I just said, this game is far from over. Extra point away from being 17-7. It's fair. I mean, if you thought the Bengals were going to pitch a shutout, despite how dysfunctional this Cleveland offense has been, it just simply wasn't going to happen. Bengals got to put some things together offensively, go down and get some points. Need a response here from Joe Burrow and company. Here's the extra point attempt from Cleveland. Snap, hold, kick, and it's no good. That is wide to the right. So Cincinnati is going to hang on to an 11-point lead here after the missed PAT. Just typical Cleveland behavior there on the missed extra point. But still a touchdown for the Browns. Their first drive of the second half, they get some things going, particularly in the run game. Some nice designs there and some screen concepts from Dorsey and Stefanski. And we had a ball game. Game's going by pretty fast here, as we already are down to what? Yeah, 5 minutes and 50 seconds here in the third quarter. And that was only the Browns' fifth possession, and they've basically punted every time they've had it. So, yes, Adam brings up a good point. I like the fact you kept Jeudy on your bench. I appreciate all you guys for helping me make that decision. Very well done. Jeudy has not done anything at all, essentially. Nathan says he swears the refs want the Bengals to lose. I understand your frustration. I just get frustrated with when Burrow gets hit. He's sometimes just a little bit too tough for his own good. Because Mahomes gets hit, and then he's looking around, he's crying, he's got his hands up in the air, what's going on? Whereas Burrow takes a shot, and he just pops right back up and doesn't even say anything. So, I don't know if he would complain. If he complained more, he would get more calls, but I don't know. I think he handles it the right way. It's just unfortunate that you would think the NFL would say, oh, this is one of our stars. This is one of our superstars. This is one of our best players. Let's protect him a little bit. But they don't, for whatever reason. But the hold, I wish they would have shown it again. They never showed the DPI on Marco Wilson again that kept Cleveland's drive alive. But Jeudy was pretty animated that it was pass interference. So, whatever. Again, free raffle entry if you follow me on Twitter. Got the Twitter pulled up here. No follows. Going to be giving away a Bengals street sign at the end of our stream. If we get to $100 in Super Chats at 87 right now. Here's Burton once again on the kick return. Very similar to the last one. Starts running to the right. Works his way back to the left. Does a spin move. Gets a little bit more out of it this time. Out past the 25-yard line. And we will see Burrow and the Bengals offense. All right, 5 minutes, 42 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Pop our Super Chat menu back up here real quickly. There we go. Bengals have an 11-point advantage at home. Round 2 of the Battle of Ohio. Here comes Sample in motion. Play fake. Burrow fires over the middle. Pass deflected. Luckily, that was not intercepted. You've seen Jim Schwartz start to mix some things up defensively. Cleveland bringing a lot more pressure than they did early on in the game, and they're having some success with it here. Second and 10 after the incompletion. See if Zach Taylor opts to run it here. Here comes Yoshi in motion. It will be another pass. More pressure from the Browns. Quick pass to T. Higgins, who's going to get about half of it, and he is grabbing his leg. And he is wincing, and he is holding his Achilles. And he's still down. You hope it's just an ankle here. T. Higgins with a serious grimace on his face. Denzel Ward made the tackle. I don't think it was a cheap shot by any means. I don't think he really did a gator roll or anything like that, but he did tackle Higgins pretty low, and we'll see. Obviously, your heart kind of stops here in these moments. Your mind goes to the worst, which, of course, would be an Achilles. Again, hopefully it is just an ankle of some sort. But he was grabbing the Achilles, and not sure if there's really any injury that is any worse these days in the NFL to come back from than an Achilles, but we'll see. Higgins, of course, playing under the franchise tag right now, was looking for a long-term deal with the Bengals. The two sides could not reach an agreement. Credit to Higgins, after he requested the trade and he realized that the deal wasn't going to get done, he said, screw it, I'm not going to hold out. I'm going to come. I'm going to play football. I'm going to practice with my teammates. He did, had a great training camp. Fortunately, suffered a soft tissue injury there at the end of camp, caused him to miss the first few weeks. But he's been really brilliant out there on the football field when he has been healthy. Obviously, hope he is all right here at this point. We will see. And if you're just hopping in, T. Higgins went down after a second down reception, was grabbing his Achilles/ankle. I don't know which. Definitely think you would rather it be the ankle. Grimaced pretty severely and went down, so we'll see. A lot of people collectively holding their breath here at this moment with T. Higgins. Again, tackle was made by Denzel Ward. He had to wrap up low. I don't think it necessarily was a dirty play by any means. We'll see a replay. I don't think you saw an alligator roll or anything like that. I think he was just making a play on Higgins, who was trying to fight for additional yardage and only picked up about half the yardage needed for a first down, so kept trying to fight for that extra yardage. And he went down and grabbed that ankle/Achilles area. All right, Higgins is standing up. He has his helmet still on, which is certainly a good sign, and they're going to get right back to play here. So no cart, nothing like that, and he still has his helmet. So I think that is a positive sign for Higgins. We'll see, though. Burrow in the gun. Both Brown and Sample are in the backfield. 3rd and 7 here. Critical third down. Browns bring pressure again, and down goes Joe Burrow. Got to give Jim Schwartz a lot of credit here. Devin Cochran was into the game. Not sure why. I don't know if Ford is out or Mims is out. It was Grant Delpit, former teammate of Burrow. Lays the boom there. Drops him for a 9-yard loss. It'll be 4th and 16. Ryan Rico will be forced to punt. Yeah, I don't think that was dirty by Denzel by any stretch, but we'll see. Here's Rico. Bengals need to get a stop. Nearly blocked. My goodness. But it ends up being a really nice punt by Rico. Fielded back at the 18-yard line. And breaking some tackles. Not quite exactly sure who we got there for Cleveland. Nice return, though, regardless. James Proche. Really nice return by him. Jameis Winston's fired up on the sideline. 1st and 10 here. 4 minutes, 14 seconds to go in the third quarter. Bengals defense needs to stop. Things starting to get a little more tense around here. Higgins is not being checked out in the blue medical tent, so that makes me think it's just an ankle. But we'll see. First down give is to Strong Jr. Nice job by the Bengals front. Joseph Osai, in particular, brings them down. Second and 10, play fake. Thompson Robinson fires over the middle. It's a strike. And he finds Jeudy over the middle for his first big pickup of the game. And Cleveland is out near midfield once again. I think exactly at midfield. And all of a sudden, this Bengals defense is reeling a bit. Probably DTR's best throw of the game. Had some time there by his offensive line. Was able to drop back, plant the back foot, unload one over the middle. Hits Jeudy right in the chest. Only Judy's second reception of the ball game. Back under center, Cleveland goes. 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Play fake to Jerome Ford. And they run the same exact play that they hit Njoku on last possession that set up the touchdown. Play fake with DTR rolling to his right, with Njoku kind of leaking out into the flat there. This time, Cincinnati was ready for it. Jermaine Pratt makes the tackle after only a pickup of about 2. Second down coming up, 2nd and 9. Here's Thompson Robinson, fires over the middle. He had Jerry Jeudy, once again was getting matched up with Marco Wilson. The ball was behind him, and a late flag comes out. I think they're going to get Marco Wilson. Just kidding. They're going to get roughing the passer on Cincinnati. We'll take another look at this. They're going to get Joseph Osai, who just made the nice play a couple of plays ago, for roughing the passer here. Yeah, I don't think he knew. I don't know if he necessarily knew that DTR had gotten rid of that football, but I think by rule that is probably a roughing the passer. More serious situation, though, here for Cleveland. Jerry Jeudy has limped off the field. Ouch. Yeah, Marco Wilson kind of landed on that right leg awkwardly. Jeudy pointing down towards his calf area. We'll see if he comes back in the game. Read option here. DTR gives it to Jerome Ford, and nice TFL by Jordan Battle. His best play of the game. Loss of a couple in the backfield. Loss of 4. It'll be 2nd and 14 coming up here. Great job by the second-year player out of Alabama. $25. No way he scored again. Jonathan Taylor has scored again. My goodness. 203 yards, 3 touchdowns. Here's DTR rolling out to his left. Makes a move. Makes a couple of guys miss, being chased. And I think he's got enough for a first down. Pickup of 13 by DTR. Broke several tackles there. And this game is all of a sudden getting more serious by the minute. Here's the give on 1st and 10 to Jerome Ford, and he's going to continue to fight for extra yardage and pick up probably 6 or 7 yards, finally brought down by Jay Tufele. And Cleveland will have to run one more play here before the end of the third quarter. And they'll give it to Ford here, and he's got enough for another Cleveland first down, and I would assume that is going to be the final play here of the third quarter. 12 seconds, 11 seconds, 10 seconds. No urgency here from Cleveland. Thought maybe they would try to at least draw Cincinnati offside. Kevin Stefanski opts not to, and we've played 3 here in Cincinnati. A rough third quarter for the Bengals. 2 offensive possessions, 2 punts. Got to give a lot of credit to Jim Schwartz, the defensive coordinator for the Browns. Completely mixed up his scheme defensively, started bringing more pressure on Burrow. And the Bengals do not have an answer for it here in the second half. And we are getting dangerously close to a 1-possession ball game here in Cincinnati. Round 2 of the Battle of Ohio. Fourth quarter coming up. Type in those 4s for us in the comments section. Bengals for now holding on to a 17-6 advantage over the Browns. while we have a minute here, going to be doing a little giveaway. The most comments, got about 800 people in here watching. The most comments in the next 60 seconds is going to get a free raffle entry. We have $87 in Super Chats. Need to get at least 100 if we want to do the giveaway, by the way. But giving away a free raffle entry, or the person who comments the most over the next 60 seconds. Tay off to an early lead here. Trying to get our chat rate to spike here as we get ready for the fourth quarter. Keep the comments coming. Giving away a free entry into our raffle. Spam whatever you got to spam. Who day, any letter, whatever you got to do, get it in the comment section. There we go. Starting to come in. Keep them coming. Got about 20 or so seconds left here. Keep the comments coming. Couple of seconds here. And time. And we're going to give it away to Tay. He was there from the beginning. He kept it going throughout the entirety of the 60 seconds. Tay, congrats, my friend. We'll get you into the raffle. All right, here we go. 1st and 10 at the Cincinnati 11. Read option. DTR keeps it. Beats Osai to the outside and scampers into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. There is a flag. And Kevin Stefanski reaches for his knees. I think this one's coming back, and it is. Cincinnati catches a break here. It's going to be a hold on the tight end Jordan Akins here for Cleveland. Bengals dodge a bullet there. Ken Dorsey is not pleased. All right, so I get Tay into the raffle. Tay, you're in. We do have a super chat we will get to here in a moment. 1st and 13 for Cleveland at the Cincinnati 15. Jeudy back into the game. And the pass is to Jeudy, and it's too high. Geno Stone looked like he had an opportunity to potentially intercept that after the deflection. But it falls harmlessly to the turf. 2nd and 13 coming up. He had Jeudy wide open, and just a terrible ball there by DTR. Yeah, nothing Geno could have done there. Maybe if he was a step or two over to his left, he would have been able to haul it in. But Bengals force an incompletion. The clock stops 9 seconds into the fourth quarter here. Feels like a big moment in this football game. They swing it out to Jerome Ford, who goes down the sideline and gets popped out of bounds at the 4 by Geno Stone. It's going to be 3rd and 3 here from the Cincinnati 4-yard line inside the game time red zone. And the TV on me here at Chat Sports has gone out on me. So we get the wheel of death here. We're buffering. We will see when it comes back. Not exactly a great time for this to happen. Okay, and we're back. We have not missed a play here. So Jerome Ford down the sideline, and I guess there was a hold. So it's now at a 2nd and 21. TV's bugging out on us here. But looks like Cincinnati caught a break. I assume there was another hold or something of that sort. Regardless, 2nd and 21 for Cleveland, now all the way back at the Cincinnati 22-yard line. And another read option play here. Another keep for Dorian Thompson-Robinson. The ball comes out, but he lands back on it. Big pickup there on 2nd down on the ground for DTR. Was getting chased down by Joseph Osai, who came over the top of him, swatted at that football. It came out, but Thompson Robinson was able to land on it. Fortunate bounce there by Cleveland, just kind of goes right back into his lap. And it's 3rd and 7. Type in those threes for us in the comments section. Big third down here for the Bengals. 2 seconds to go on the play clock. And Arumo sends the dogs. Can they get home? Geno Stone hits him, and it's picked off by Jordan Bow. Just go down, Jordan, and he does. Great job there by Anarumo. He sends the pressure. We've seen Cincinnati do this time and time again, and it backfire on him. This time it does not. Geno Stone gets home, hits the arm of Dorian Thompson-Robinson. Ball flutters up in the air, and Jordan Battle is there to pick it off in the end zone. Wisely goes down, and the Bengals are going to take over. Exhale for Cincinnati defensively. Offense got to go capitalize here. You go down and get points. Get in the end zone, probably all she wrote for Cleveland. Type in those INTs for us in the comments section. Great job. That's the second time. I believe they did that to Levis last week, where Stone was able to get home, force a bad decision / hit the arm of the quarterback. Ball goes up in the air. And Jordan Battle there to pick it off in the end zone. Great job there by Geno Stone. Love the call there by Lou Anarumo as well. I think if you're going up against a veteran quarterback or just maybe a good quarterback, you probably don't do that, because let's not act like that pressure got there immediately. It took a second for Geno Stone to get back there. I think a better quarterback probably would have been able to get rid of that ball a split second quicker. But good awareness there. You're dealing with an inexperienced quarterback. And great job by the Bengals defense capitalizing on that opportunity. All right, let's get to our super chat here. I assume I'm going to have to redo the link. No, I'm not. Turd Ferguson with a $2 super chat says, went over on Burrow, Brown, and Chase yards. Well, I don't know what the lines were off the top of my head, but I doubt Joe Burrow is there. I mean, he's definitely not there. And I doubt Chase Brown's there. And Jamar Chase is definitely not there either. So, best of luck. We'll see if the Cincinnati offense can get going here, but not an ideal start from a statistic perspective from those guys. I mean, early in the game they were cooking, but here in the second half they haven't done anything at all. So Jamar only has 50 yards. Burrow has yet to throw for 200 yet. Sitting at 164. Chase Brown at 67. I would think he's approaching his mark, but best of luck to you. Hopefully the Bengals offense can get going here in the fourth quarter. 13 and a half minutes to go here in the ball game. Just looking for a long, sustained drive here for Cincinnati. Go down, get in the end zone, and we can all kind of exhale and start thinking about Denver. Here's Burrow. Hands it off to Chase Brown. Picks up about 3 or 4. Actually, just a blown assignment there by Jerome Ford. He was supposed to pick up Geno Stone. Stone got home quicker than I thought originally. Here's Burrow. And under siege again, and down he goes again. My goodness. Met by 3 Cleveland Browns defenders. Down he goes. It's going to be 3rd and long here for the Bengals. Tell you what, man, if Cleveland was bringing pressure early on in the game, remember they kept simulating that pressure and then they would sag off? If they were bringing that all game long, might be in a bad spot here if you're the Bengals. Regardless, so it's 3rd and 10. Still some hope here for Cincinnati. Manageable situation. And Play clock down. I don't know if they got it off. No flag. Burrow, quick pass. He's got Gesicki, who I think has enough for a first down. Cleveland think he is short. And are they going to throw this delay of game penalty late? They did not. Okay, it looks like his knee was down. Yeah, he's about a half yard short. All right, it is 4th and 1, and Zach Taylor's got the offense out on the field. There's no reason to snap this football. Do not do it. Zach. Don't do it, Zach. 4 on the play clock. 2, 1. Okay. I like that. Scared me there for a moment. No reason not to try to get him to jump in that situation. They started out with Gesicki under center, something we have seen in the past with Tanner Hudson do under center. Hudson, of course, inactive for this game, so Gesicki kind of fills into that role here. He went under center initially, tried to get Cleveland to jump. They motion out of it. Burrow gets back behind the center. He tries to get him to jump. Cleveland doesn't budge. They're going to punt the football. Glad they did not snap that football. Absolutely no reason why that ball should be snapped. And 3 offensive possessions here for the Bengals in the second half. 3 punts. As Ryan Rico is out for the 3rd time of the half. Can't handle the pressure. Here's Rico. Plenty of time. Gets it underway. I think he likes it. He should. And it'll be fair caught at the 15-yard line, and that's where we'll see Dorian Thompson-Robinson. So Bengals go 3 and out again. Just over 11 minutes to go here in the ball game, holding on to a 17-6 lead against the Cleveland Browns. For the final time today, let's give a shout out to our friends over at Game Time. They're the sponsor of our live stream watch party here this afternoon. Game Time is focused on togetherness this holiday season. That means when you bring people together at live events, the experience is that much better, and it's the perfect gift. Game Time is a new feature called Game Time Picks that makes getting tickets to see your favorite teams play live even easier. Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats, so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. Game Time Picks is the easiest way to find and buy tickets to live events. Still one more opportunity to see the Cincinnati Bengals take on the Denver Broncos at Paycor Stadium next week. Head on over to Game Time and get the best deals possible. My 2 favorite features on Game Time: the seat views. Get a panoramic view from your seat in the app before you buy with Game Time. Secondly, the all-in pricing. Toggling this feature up front allows you to see your total up front, so you don't get hit with any of those surprise fees at checkout like some of those other ticketing companies can get you with. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. But again, create an account, redeem code CHATSPORTS for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Time is it? It's game time. Here is our Super Chat menu. Need $11 more in order to run our raffle here at the end of our game. Also need 10 more likes to get to 300. Help me out. Got over 800 people in here tapped in with us. Hit that thumbs up icon if you have not done so already. $5 Super Chat. We're giving away a Bengals street sign. Can't tell what it says. It says Bengals Boulevard. Great for your man cave, office, room, whatever the case may be. Nice little piece you can put up on your wall. Giving that away here at the end of our stream if we can get at least $11 more in Super Chats. $5 get you into that raffle. $10 candy toss. Send in $10 Super Chat. Do the candy toss. If I catch it, nothing happens. If I don't, double your entries. Also, $15. I've got a couple people do this afternoon so far. $15 Super Chat will run you through the Naughty or Nice generator. If you're on the nice list, triples your entries. I've had a couple people reap the benefits of that so far today. 1st and 10 for Cleveland. Here's Dorian Thompson-Robinson. Dishes it out to the flat. Caught by Jerome Ford, and he's got 11 yards. Enough for a Cleveland first down. Clock will tick under 11 minutes to go. Got a $5 super chat from Desert Ranger Jesus. Says, "Who day?" And says, "Can you email me?" Of course, I will email you tomorrow morning. We will get that set up to you. No doubt about that. Appreciate you, Desert Ranger Jesus. Here is the 1st and 10 give to Jerome Ford. We'll also get you into our raffle. Approaching our 100-yard mark. Appreciate you, Desert Ranger Jesus. 2nd and 5 here for the Browns. Going to throw up our sub counter here. DTR fires over the middle. Pass caught by Njoku. Tackle made on the play by Muma Jongmeda. Under 10 minutes to go here in the ball game. Another 1st down for Cleveland. $5 super chat from Doris. Here's the handoff on 1st and 10 to Jerome Ford. Fights for some additional yardage. Tackle made on the play by McKinley Jackson. Appreciate you, Doris. We will get you into our raffle as well. Folks, make sure you also continue to hit that sub button. YouTube.com/BengalsTV. See how many we can get here at the end of this game. Up to 782 people watching. 2nd and 7. DTR takes the snap. Quick pass out to the flat. He wants Pierre Strong Jr. He's got him, but Tam Taylor-Britt is there to make the tackle after a 2-yard pickup. 3rd and 5. Type in those threes for us in the comments section. Third and 6 for the Browns. Under 8.5 minutes to go. Bengals bring 4. Not able to get home. Thompson Robinson flushed out to his right. Throws across his body. Passes tipped and intercepted by Geno Stone off the deflection. Back-to-back interceptions for Dorian Thompson Robinson. And Geno Stone gets his 2nd pick in as many weeks. And Cincinnati will take over with 8 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the ball game with an 11-point lead. Great job by DJ Ivey. Timed that perfectly. If he gets there a smidge second earlier, that's going to be DPI. Gets his hand up in the face of Njoku. Deflects the football. Shoots up into the sky, and the safety, Geno Stone, is there to haul it in for the interception. 3rd turnover of the day for this Bengals defense. We'll update the clock here. 8 minutes, 20 seconds to go in the ball game. Cincinnati with an 11-point lead. Let's just get a couple of 1st downs, right? Something this team hasn't been able to do all second half. $8:20 to go. Do want to remind you guys here that our Chat Sports channel, our main Chat Sports channel, will be live for all of the college football playoff games. Every single one of them will be live. Not exactly sure who it will be. I would assume Tom Downey's going to be doing the Rose Bowl, and I'll be producing, but I don't know that for a fact. I will not be hosting any of these. But you want somewhere to hang out, a watch party to tap into during the college football playoff, we've got you covered here at Chat Sports. Don't miss out. Hit our sub button here as I get it into the live chat here. That is how you can subscribe to our main channel. Hit that sub button. Do not miss out on any of our college football playoff coverage here at Chat Sports. Hopefully we get some better games. All the traditionalists that were like, no, it should just be, a 2-team playoff or a 4-team playoff. They're laughing right now. I was not one of those people, but I was hoping for some more competitive games here in the opening weekend, the first round. Ultimately did not get that. So we'll see if that gets turned around. But hit that sub button for our main Chat Sports YouTube page. Here we go. 8 minutes, 20 seconds to go left in this football game. Joe Burrow and the offense looking to get something going here in the second half. Have not been able to do anything. Let's try to run the football here. I formation look. They hand it off to Chase Brown. He's got some space, makes a couple of guys miss, and runs hard towards a Cincinnati first down. They might mark him just a fraction short. We'll see. Chase Brown started the game so well for Cincinnati, has definitely slowed down here in the second half, but then again, the Bengals really haven't ran many plays here in the second half. Lots of punts. Luckily, the defense is stepping up once again. I say once again because they stepped up the last time they played Cleveland, so not once again when it comes to the season, but once again against Cleveland, I should say. They will mark him short. It will be 2nd and 1 for the Bengals. They'll run it again with Chase Brown. Nice hesitation move there at the line of scrimmage by Chase Brown, and he gets another first down for Cincinnati on the ground. Clock continues to roll here. The Bengals have 2 timeouts. Cleveland still has all 3. Down 2 scores. We'll see when Stefanski starts to pop off some of those timeouts here. Approaching the 7-minute mark. The Bengals have it at their own 45-yard line. Burrow in the gun. Takes the snap. Burrow looks right. Fires deep down the sideline. He wants Yoshi. What an unbelievable grab by Andrei Iosivas. Joe Burrow puts it right into the bucket. And Cincinnati is going to have it at the Cleveland 21-yard line. Biggest play of the second half for the Bengals. He just had Yoshi one-on-one outside with Denzel Ward, who's one of the best corners in the National Football League. But beautiful route by Iosivas. Burrow puts it right on the money. And a gorgeous catch there by Yoshi. First down, Bengals. Burrow now over 200 yards on the afternoon. Yoshi having himself a nice day after his 3rd reception. Screen pass to Jamar Chase. Breaks the tackle. Spinning down the sideline. Just ran out of real estate. There is a penalty on the football field. Jamar says it's going to be a face mask against Cleveland. And Jamar is right. Bengals are going to inch their way closer here to the goal line. They're going to get Martin Emerson there with a face mask. Dangerous Drew with a $1 super chat. And Michael Easterwood with a $5 super chat. Appreciate both of you. Michael, I will get you down for another raffle entry. Here's Burrow under center, 1st and 10. Hands it off to Chase Brown. Fighting. Gets about half of it. I said 1st and 10. I meant 1st and goal from the 4. Hand it off to Chase Brown again. Let's get some fantasy points here. I know a lot of you Bengals fans have him as well on your rosters. Keep hitting that sub button, folks. See if we can't get 14.2 here in the next couple of minutes. 29 subs away from making that happen. We'll be live for the next 2 Bengals games as well. I formation look. Give it to Chase Brown. 2nd and goal. They hand it to Chase Brown. Fighting, and he's going to get bottled up at the line of scrimmage. 3rd and goal from the 1 coming up. Hall Jr. with the stop for Cleveland. Third and goal. What will Zach Taylor do here? Under 5 minutes to go in the ball game. Run it again, Zach. Give him another chance. Here we go. 3rd and goal from the Cleveland 1-yard line. Burrow once again under center. And Burrow running out of real estate, and he fumbles the football. Disaster for Cincinnati, and it's recovered by Cleveland. Unbelievable. Joe Burrow rolled out to his right. I think the play was to throw it to Chase Brown, but he had to pivot back towards the other direction. Was getting chased down by Cleveland defenders, gets hit, ball comes out, Cleveland recovers. Absolute disaster for the Bengals. I would have liked to see a 3rd straight run. Obviously, if Taylor ran it again and they didn't get it, he would get killed. I believe that was Ted Carey. I mean, that could have been really dangerous. Scoop and score, you're holding on for dear life. Nice job by Karras getting back, though, getting the tackle made. Inexcusable there by the Bengals. Can't have it. Browns need some magic here, though. Bengals defense needs to stop. 4.5 minutes to go. Screen pass. Jerome Ford has it. Down the sideline. Nice tackle made on the play by Mike Hilton. Continues his strong showing here this afternoon. Update the clock here. Clock is running here. Cleveland has all 3 of their timeouts. Down 2 possessions. Got to hurry here. Obviously, Burrow and Taylor are going to be frustrated with how they ended this game offensively, even if they're able to get a win. Here's Thompson Robinson. Drops back. Fires. Pass is caught. Elijah Moore goes out of bounds. Really not a Cincinnati Bengal in the area, and the clock will stop here with 3 minutes, 48 seconds to go. Yep, CWT, Burrow needs to work on the fumbles. Yeah, I mean, he's got those small hands. I hate to say that's the reason, but if he gets hit, that's probably coming out. Here's DTR. Fires towards the boundary. Pass is caught by Elijah Moore, but he goes out of bounds. Clock stops immediately, though, with 3 minutes and 42 seconds to go. 27 subs away from 14.2. Hit that sub button for us. Got about 1,000 people in there watching. No, you're not all subscribed. Pretty much daily Bengals videos coming your guys' way here at the channel. We'll also be live for the Broncos game and the Steelers game. Hopefully a game beyond that as well. 2nd and 4. Thompson Robinson takes the snap. Steps up in the pocket and gets sacked again by Chris Jenkins Jr. The rookie with his 2nd sack of the afternoon drops DTR in the backfield. 3rd down coming up. Stefanski still has not used a timeout here. 3 minutes, 20 seconds to go, and the clock is still rolling. 3rd and 8 for the Browns. They do not appear to be moving as quickly as they need to here. Still down 2 possessions. Bengals bring 4 here on 3rd down. DTR steps up. Being flushed again. Spins out of another sack. Chucks it down the field. And he just throws it away. 4th and 8 coming up. Here is the ball game around the corner, folks. Good coverage down the field. Looked like there for a moment Jenkins might get himself a 3rd sack. Hendrickson had an opportunity as well. And DTR didn't really have a choice but to just throw it away here and give himself a prayer on 4th and 8. Osai had an opportunity to make something happen as well. Exactly 3 minutes to go. 4th and 8 for Cleveland. You can pretty much put a bow on it if you stop them here. 4 seconds to go on the shot clock. Bengals only bring 3. Thompson Robinson with time. Rolling. Spinning. Tripping. And oh my goodness, he somehow completes it to Njoku on the sideline. My goodness, what a miracle play there by Dorian Thompson-Robinson. He was flushed out of the pocket, spun away from some would-be tacklers, nearly tripped and fell, and somehow was able to throw it across his body to David Njoku. Cleveland's still alive. Here's the 1st and 10 snap. Pass is caught, but tackled inbounds by Jordan Battle. DTR slow to get up after taking a shot on the play. Clock continues to run. Stefanski has all 3 timeouts, trying his best to hold on to them, knowing that he's probably not going to be able to secure an onside kick if Cleveland were to score. Browns got to go a little bit quicker than what they're doing now. 2 minutes and 20 seconds. DTR takes the snap. Here comes some pressure from Cedric Johnson, and the ball's out. Massive play by Cedric Johnson, the 6th-round rookie for the Bengals. Forces the fumble, and the ball goes out of bounds. His biggest play of his career. Bengals not able to recover it because, again, the ball went out of bounds. We'll see. Looked like DTR was trying to throw it. We'll see if they give him an incompletion here. There is a penalty marker on the field. And they're going to call intentional grounding here on DTR. I thought it was a forced fumble, but it looked like DTR knew he was about to get hit and just essentially chucked it sideways out of bounds. And it's going to be grounding on him. Great job, though, by Cedric Johnson. First time we've called his name this game. And definitely his biggest play as a Cincinnati Bengal. Definitely think this guy has some potential 6th-round pick out of Ole Miss here in the 2024 draft. Nice play by him. 3rd and 20. Browns got to get at least half of it here, you would think. DTR with time running out, and he's sacked again. This time it's McKinley Jackson. Another rookie at that defensive tackle position is there to get a sack. And this Cincinnati Bengals front has shown up today. 2-minute warning time at Paycor Stadium. $20 subs away from 14.2. See if we can't get that here. You got over 1,000 people in here now. I know you guys aren't all subscribed. Also, not out of the realm of possibilities to get the 400 likes on our stream as well. Keep hitting that thumbs up icon. Keep subbing. 18 subs away. All right, looks like Jonathan Taylor has finally slowed down for the Colts. Keep hitting that subscribe button. We also are raffling off a Bengals street sign at the end of our stream. Put it in the man cave, put it in the office, put it in the room, whatever you got to do. It says Bengals Boulevard on it. $5 gets you into that giveaway. It's going to be taking place immediately after this game. Got a bunch of people that are lined up now. We have hit our $100 Super Chat goal, so appreciate everyone that has contributed to that. But still plenty of time. Got my right-hand man, Tim Tyra, helping me out, blocking the bots. Plugging the metrics for me in the comment section. I appreciate that. Tim, while I'm on it, I'm going to be giving you 10 entries into our raffle at the end of the show. I appreciate your help. Back-to-back weeks, you've been helping me out. It means a lot. 10 entries for you, free entries for your services today here at Bengals Breakdown. Really appreciate you. Up to 356 likes. Here's 4th and 27. DTR rolling to his right. Hendrickson in pursuit. Passes incomplete. Nowhere near the line to gain on 4th and 27. The Bengals defense gets another stop. And anything beyond that point is just a formality here, as Cincinnati is going to improve to 7-8. and stay alive in the AFC Wild Card race for at least another week with a win over the Cleveland Browns, a sweep over the Browns in this edition of the Battle of Ohio here in 2024. The broadcast might make you a little nauseous right now. They're showing all the close defeats that you've suffered here in 2024. I understand that can be a little nauseating as we go back. I mean, that's like 5, 6, 7 games that you're literally just a play away from winning, which is sickening. All right? Completely and utterly sickening. But got the win today. Cleveland has all their timeouts, though, so not technically over, but only a matter of time before it's over. 361 likes. Let's see if we can't get to 400 by the end. 39 people. Hit that thumbs up icon. Going for 400 here before this game ends. Second and 6, Burrow in the gun, and he gets Myles Garrett to jump, so he's going to take a shot. He wants Chase in the end zone. It's caught. Touchdown, Bengals. That penalty will be declined. Had to get Jamar another catch. Had to give him some more yardage. Had to give him another touchdown. That's Zach Taylor looking out for his guy right there in pursuit of the Triple Crown. Cincinnati about to run up the score a little bit here on Cleveland, which I am totally here for. Bengals take a 23-6 lead. Burrow's fired up. Look, you had to do that, right? Especially after that last drive should have ended in points. You had the disastrous fumble. You'll want to end on a positive note here going into the biggest game of the season next week against Denver. Yeah, you get him to jump. Let's run the play. Let's chuck it up to Jamar. He's one-on-one. Let's get him that extra yardage. Let's get him another tud. Let's get him another reception. Love it. Here's the extra point from Cade York. It is up. It is good. 24-6 Cincinnati. Burrow's fired up. He wanted to end on a positive note, and it looks like they have. Great job. I absolutely love everything about what just took place. A lot of happy fantasy owners for sure. Desert Ranger Jesus. Update the scoreboard here. Burrow doing a little bit better of a job here with his body language on the sideline today. I think a part of him was a little disappointed in himself for how he acted last week. Seems to have turned it around here. (24) 24-6. Bengals. Cincinnati staying alive. 7 subs away from 14.2. Cleveland still has 2 timeouts here, so this is going to get extended a little bit. Here's DTR. Takes the snap. Little screen pass to Jerome Ford. Makes a couple of guys miss. Gets tackled by Joseph Osai and B.J. Hill right at the line to gain. They'll give them another first down. 24-6 Bengals. Coming out of the 2-minute warning here. 20 likes away from 400. Keep hitting that thumbs up icon for us. Getting ready for our duck race here for our giveaway. And it's going to be... Oh, my goodness, that is terrible. Cincinnati absolutely should have picked that one off. And Geno Stone and Jermaine Pratt both fought over the football. That is just not ideal. Got tipped several times, went up in the air. Another bad ball from DTR. It's all right, though, because it was pass interference on the Bengals, so it wouldn't have counted anyway. Got to be an XL for those two guys because that is just ridiculous that was not intercepted. They're going to get the rookie Josh Newton, has had a great game here tonight or this afternoon for the Bengals. Titans, by the way, have got it within 8 points somehow. 38-30 in Indy. See if they can't pull a miraculous comeback. DTR just throws this one into the soil. Pierre Strong Jr. was the closest guy in the area. Trey Hendrickson was applying pressure off the edge there for Cincinnati. Minute 7 here. Bengals up 24-6. Second and 10. DTR takes the snap, fires down the field, not even close. I understand Jameis Winston was turning the ball over at an unacceptable rate, and I'm just making mistakes over here. I apologize. That shouldn't look like that. There we go. Just trying to get set up for our duck race here. But I don't understand how you can make that move to go to this guy because he's just not been any good. Third and 10, minute 03 left. DTR with the snap. Here comes Hendrickson, not able to bring him down. Here comes Osai, not able to bring him down. Spinning, and Osai gets the sack. And DTR is down and appears to be in some pain here. 45 seconds to go. Clock still running. Bengals get another sack. And you can tell that Dorian Thompson-Robinson is just frustrated with what is transpiring out on the football field. This will, 4th and 16, might not be the last play of the game. Fires over the middle, nearly intercepted. But broken up, and just a disaster performance from Dorian Thompson-Robinson here this afternoon. Eight likes away, folks, from 400. Keep helping us out at that thumbs up icon. And Jake Browning is out to take the knee for the Bengals, and that will do it. Cincinnati sweeps the Cleveland Browns, gets a victory 24-6 at home. And there's a smile from Joe Burrow after the game. They needed that at home in front of the home crowd against the team they should beat up on. That's exactly what they did. Obviously, some missed opportunities throughout the game, some things they would have liked to done better. But ends in a win, and Cincinnati is still alive in the wild card race. Make sure you like today's video for me, getting set up for our duck race here at Bengals Breakdown. Going to be auctioning off or raffling off a street sign. So get your grades for the Bengals in this game for me. Some smiles all around for Cincinnati. They could use them. They got them. 7-8. Went out, still a winning season. Pretty impressive with how this defense has played, but got 2 toughies on the horizon. T. Higgins appears to be fine. Got banged up in that game, obviously. We'll see if we have any further reports about Higgins. Appeared to be something that could be, borderline serious there for a while, but he was able to come back into the game. Nothing too bad, but we'll see what his status is going to be moving forward. Little bonus coverage here. 3rd and 8 here for the Colts. Massive 3rd down. Titans bring pressure, and Anthony Richardson has his man. Michael Pittman Jr. on the boundary for the 1st down. Tennessee still looks like they have all 3 timeouts, though. Dang. That would have been an elite stop to have a chance. Great throw there by Richardson. Colts need to lose a game before the end of the year, and their schedule is weak. Bengals win 24-6 over the 400-like threshold. Appreciate that. There's Jonathan Taylor on 1st down. Picks up only a couple. Appreciate the nice words, Dangerous Drew. Tim, you're the man. Appreciate you. Thanks for helping me out. Blocking the bots means a lot. Don't feel pressured to do that every week, but you're my guy if you wanna continue having that role. Okay, all set up here. Appreciate everyone that super chatted. And we will get this race underway. Going to be giving away a Bengals Street sign here at the end of our show, which is right now. So let's get things going here in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. 2nd and 8 here. And, Richardson's going to keep it, and he's got a 1st down. He may have started his slide too early, though. They're going to give it to him. He's excited. Unfortunate. Got a tight race here through 15 seconds. No one's really got out to a lead. Got Tim Tyree. He's got his 10 free entries in there for helping me out. He's just kind of setting the pace there at the top. Michael Easterwood also making a bit of a charge here. We're past the halfway point. Nobody has really broken free of the pack. Tim Tyra with some separation out there on the edge. Here comes Dangerous Drew. He's got a bunch of extra entries. Final 10 seconds to go here. Matt making a late push. 5, 4. Oh, no. Is it Marvin Williford again? It is going to be Marvin Williford. Once more. Gets another victory here at Bengals Breakdown. Marvin Williford, you have won. Congratulations. Once again, I have your information. You will get your stuff as well. We've got a whole list of all the giveaways that have not been out yet. But, yeah, we're keeping track of all that. If you've won a raffle, you will get it in due time. Hang tight for us. I actually do not place the orders myself. I just get it to the bosses, and they take care of that, and they let me know when it's coming your guys' way. So at some point, you will have all of your stuff. Once again, congrats to Marvin for getting the dub here with our duck race here this afternoon. Appreciate everybody for hanging out with us here at Bengals Breakdown. Got another victory 3 times in a row. First time Cincinnati has done that here in 2024. Hopefully that can continue into next week. Going to be a massive game against the Denver Broncos. Certainly looking forward to it. Hope you guys will hang out with us next week for that as well. But, programming note, it will be a Saturday game, not a Sunday game. And I believe it's a late afternoon game as well. So just a heads up on that front. Would appreciate it. Bengals get the victory 24-6 over the Cleveland Browns. Make sure you stay tuned for our instant reaction video that will be out as soon as possible. So that'll do it for our edition of Bengals Breakdown. Hoo day! Take care, everybody.